the shifting of rock against rock in a world now quiet. Yet, there are subtler signs of Mars' history. The dry, winding channels that etch its surface speak of water, a force that once carved paths, gathered in lakes, and perhaps cradled life. The idea of ancient rivers on this barren land is both haunting and hopeful, a testament to the planet's capacity for change. Atmosphere, the ghostly breath of a planet. The air on Mars is tenuous, a wisp of carbon dioxide enveloping the planet like a fragile veil. It is not the air of life but of survival, clinging to existence in the face of the sun's relentless radiation. On the surface, the wind moves lazily, carrying fine particles of dust that paint the sky in hues of ochre and gold. And yet, these same winds can rise into towering storms, blanketing the planet for weeks, a reminder of Mars' latent energy. The seasons come and go, dictated by Mars' elliptical orbit and tilted axis. At the poles, frost collects and retreats, a rhythmic heartbeat of frozen carbon dioxide that mirrors the cycles of Earth. In these shifting patterns, we find the echoes of home, a distant cousin to our blue world. Water, the memory of flow. Mars holds its water close, buried in icy reservoirs or locked within the regolith. There are hints, though, of liquid water flowing intermittently, seeping through cracks or welling up from the depths. These occurrences are rare and fleeting, yet they suggest that Mars is not entirely a static world. Beneath its surface, it may still harbor secrets, pockets of briny water that could sustain life or serve as a resource for human explorers. The search for water is not just a scientific pursuit. It is a quest for connection. Water is life, and where it flows, even in the smallest quantities, the possibility of life follows. To imagine a drop of water navigating the rocky terrain of Mars is to imagine a universe where life can find a way, no matter how unlikely the circumstances. The ancient heartbeat of Mars. Mars speaks through its silence, each rock, canyon, and dune a word in an ancient language of time. To step onto its surface, even in imagination, is to feel the echo of an ancient heartbeat, a rhythm that once pulsed through a planet alive with energy. Its crust, fractured and pitted, holds secrets of volcanic eruptions, meteor impacts, and the slow, inexorable passage of eons. The plains of Mars stretch endlessly, broken only by the occasional rise of a hill or the jagged rim of a crater. These plains are not empty. They are a canvas painted by the forces of creation and destruction. Eons ago, lava spilled across vast expanses, hardening into basaltic rock. Wind and time, like careful sculptors, shaped the surface into ripples and ridges, erasing the sharp edges and leaving behind a softened, timeless beauty. The search for life, a whisper of possibility. Among the questions Mars poses, the most compelling is whether life ever found a foothold here. The planet's soil holds clues, complex chemical signatures, faint whispers of organic molecules that tantalize but do not confirm. The Martian meteorites that have fallen to Earth bring with them traces of a distant world, sparking debate about whether they carry fossilized evidence of life or merely the illusions of pattern-seeking eyes. Mars invites speculation, its barren landscape both forbidding and hopeful. Could microbial life have thrived in its ancient lakes, feeding on the mineral-rich waters that once flowed? Could it linger still, hidden in underground aquifers or clinging to survival in briny seeps? The answers lie just beneath the surface, waiting for human ingenuity to uncover them. The Martian sky, a window to the infinite. To look up from the surface of Mars is to witness a sky unlike any other. During the day, The sun appears smaller than it does on Earth, a distant star casting a pale, golden light. The atmosphere scatters this light differently, painting the sky in a faint pink hue. At twilight, the horizon glows blue, a fleeting reminder of home amid the alien landscape. Nightfall on Mars brings clarity to the heavens. Without the interference of a dense atmosphere, the stars blaze brightly, their light unfiltered and raw. The two moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos, dance across the sky, small, irregular shapes that seem like afterthoughts of creation. Phobos, with its rapid orbit, rises and sets multiple times in a single Martian day, a ceaseless sentinel in the night. The call of exploration, a new frontier. Mars beckons not just as a place of study, but as a destination, a new frontier for humanity's ambitions. The challenges are as immense as the distances involved. To reach Mars is to traverse millions of kilometers, to survive months in the void of space, and to adapt to an environment that is inherently hostile to life as we know it. Yet the dream persists. It is the dream of standing on alien soil, of watching the Earth rise in the Martian sky as a pale blue, a distant memory of home. It is the dream of building habitats that blend with the red rocks, of planting seeds in Martian soil, of forging a new chapter for humanity. Mars represents possibility. It is a reminder that the universe is vast and that our story is just beginning. With every rover that explores its surface, every satellite that maps its terrain, and every scientist who peers through a telescope, we take another step toward understanding not just Mars, but ourselves. Mars as a mirror. Mars is not just a destination. It is a mirror reflecting humanity's deepest questions. What does it mean to explore? To leave the cradle of our home world and reach for another? Mars embodies the duality of human existence, a desire to conquer the unknown balanced with the need to understand it. It is a place where the boundaries between science, philosophy, and art dissolve, leaving only the raw essence of curiosity. The red planet's history parallels our own in its cycles of creation and destruction. What we see on its surface, craters overlapping older craters, dried riverbeds carved into basaltic plains, is a reminder of our planet's own tumultuous youth. Yet, where Earth grew lush with life, Mars grew silent. Why? This question lingers, compelling us to look deeper, to dig into its soil, and to decipher its chemical codes. The geology of stillness. Each rock on Mars is a relic, a fragment of a story billions of years in the making. Some rocks are volcanic, remnants of the planet's fiery past. Others are sedimentary, laid down by ancient waters that may have flowed in gentle streams or surged in catastrophic floods. Together, they form a library of stone, its books waiting to be read by robotic explorers and, perhaps one day, human hands. The planet's most striking features, its vast canyons and towering mountains, stand as silent witnesses to a time when Mars was more active. These geological giants are now frozen in place, their movements stilled by the planet's cooling interior. And yet, in their stillness, they tell of the forces that shaped them, forces that may still linger deep beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered. The dream of human footsteps. To imagine humans on Mars is to imagine the culmination of millennia of exploration. From the first tools fashioned by our ancestors to the complex machinery that now roams the Martian surface, every step has been a prelude to this ultimate journey. Standing on Mars would mean more than scientific achievement. It would be a moment of connection, a realization that we are not confined to one world, but are capable of bridging the void between planets. What would it feel like to walk on Mars? to feel the slight resistance of its weaker gravity, to hear the muffled crunch of its dust underfoot, to look up and see Earth as a tiny beacon in the sky? These are questions that stir the imagination, driving us to overcome the immense challenges that stand in the way. The quiet resilience of Mars.
Mars endure.
Though it lacks the lush vibrancy of Earth, its very existence is a testament to resilience. Despite its thin atmosphere, its freezing temperatures, and the relentless bombardment of solar radiation, it remains. The dunes shift, the seasons turn, and the ice caps breathe in sync with the planet's elliptical dance around the sun. Mars reminds us that survival takes many forms. Life, if it exists there, may be hiding in the smallest crevices, in subsurface brines, or sheltered beneath protective layers of rock. If Mars is lifeless, its survival is one of form and memory, a planet holding fast to its identity despite the ravages of time. Let me know if you'd like me to continue or explore specific themes further, such as the philosophical implications of discovering life, the practicalities of terraforming, or the role Mars plays in human mythology and culture. The rhythm of Mars. Mars has a rhythm, though it is slow and deliberate, almost imperceptible to those accustomed to Earth's bustling pace. Its days, called sols, are only slightly longer than ours, lasting 24 hours and 39 minutes. This subtle difference is a reminder that while Mars is alien, it is not entirely unlike our home. Each sunrise casts a faint, coppery light across its barren plains, and each sunset paints the sky in shades of blue that seem almost Earth-like, yet distant, as if seen through the lens of a memory. The seasons on Mars stretch long and thin, dictated by its elongated orbit. Spring and summer linger in the southern hemisphere, while the north endures the harsh grip of winter. Frost forms at the poles, creeping outward in delicate patterns that seem almost alive. When the sun returns, the frost sublimates, turning directly from solid to gas, and the cycle begins anew, an endless dance of freezing and thawing. These rhythms, though gentle, hold profound meaning. They suggest that Mars, though seemingly static, is alive in its own way. It moves to a slower beat, a planetary pulse that resonates with the forces of nature, unaffected by the passage of human time. The hidden depths beneath the surface. Beneath Mars' surface lies a world unseen. Scientists believe that water, locked away in frozen reservoirs or trapped in salty brines, could still exist in the subsurface. This hidden water is a tantalizing prospect, not just for its implications for life, but for its potential to support future explorers. Radar scans of the planet have revealed what appear to be underground lakes near the poles, shielded from the harsh surface conditions by layers of ice and rock. These findings are both mysterious and hopeful, hinting that Mars may not be as lifeless as it seems. What secrets might these underground worlds hold? Could microbial life thrive in such extreme environments, drawing energy from chemical reactions as life does in Earth's deep oceans? The subsurface of Mars is also a vault of geological history. By studying its layers, we can learn about the planet's climate over millions of years. Each stratum is a page in Mars' book, written in minerals and frozen gases, waiting to be interpreted. The beauty of isolation. Mars is a place of profound solitude. To stand on its surface, even in imagination, is to feel the weight of its isolation. The horizon stretches endlessly, unbroken by the clutter of human activity. The only sounds are the whisper of wind and the soft crunch of dust underfoot. It is a world that demands reflection, a place where time seems to stand still, and the vastness of the cosmos becomes inescapable. This isolation is not empty. It is rich with meaning. It reminds us of the fragility of life, the rarity of our blue planet in the vast expanse of space. It also inspires a deep connection with the universe. To look out at the Martian landscape is to see a reflection of the forces that shaped not only this distant world but our own, a reminder that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. The call to the future. Mars is not just a relic of the past. It is a promise of the future. The footprints of the first explorers will mark the beginning of a new era, one where humanity reaches beyond its cradle to become a truly interplanetary species. These first steps will be cautious, deliberate, and heavy with the weight of history. But they will also be filled with hope. A hope that Mars will teach us how to live in harmony with new worlds. The vision of human habitats nestled among the rocks, powered by the sun and sustained by the planet's own resources, is no longer just a dream. Advances in technology are bringing this vision closer to reality. 3D printed shelters, powered by solar panels and protected from radiation by layers of Martian soil, could one day house pioneers. Hydroponic farms might produce fresh food, while water extracted from the ground sustains life. Each of these milestones brings us closer to answering the question: can we thrive on Mars? And if we can, what will we become in the process? Mars will not only test our resilience, but also our capacity for innovation and unity. To survive there, we must work together, transcending the divisions of Earth to embrace the boundless possibilities of the cosmos. The allure of the unknown. Mars, though mapped and studied, remains deeply enigmatic. Its surface is a mosaic of known and unknown, each feature a riddle awaiting its answer. What lies beneath the dust of Gale Crater, where ancient sedimentary layers speak of a wetter past? What carved the chaotic terrains of the Cerberus Fosse, leaving cracks and scars that hint at tectonic activity? These questions pull us toward Mars like an invisible thread, compelling us to unravel its mysteries. Exploration is not simply a quest for knowledge. It is a pursuit of wonder. The more we learn about Mars, the more profound the questions become. Was it ever home to life? If not, why did life flourish on Earth while Mars grew barren? And if life did exist, what does that say about the universe's potential to nurture it elsewhere? Every discovery about Mars reshapes our understanding of not only the planet but our place in the cosmos. It forces us to confront the fragility of life and the improbability of our existence, turning the red planet into a mirror that reflects the vastness of our ignorance and the boundlessness of our curiosity. The silent companions, Phobos and Deimos. Mars is not entirely alone in its celestial journey. Two small, irregular moons, Phobos and Deimos, accompany it, orbiting like silent sentinels. These moons are unlike Earth's familiar, glowing orb. They are dark and irregular, more akin to captured asteroids than planetary companions. Phobos, the larger of the two, orbits perilously close to Mars, so near that it appears to race across the sky, rising and setting twice in a single Martian day. Its surface is pockmarked with craters, the largest of which, Stickney, dominates its landscape. Over time, Phobos is slowly spiraling inward, its fate sealed. It will eventually disintegrate, forming a ring around Mars or crashing into the planet. Deimos, smaller and more distant, is quieter, less hurried in its orbit. Its surface, smoother than Phobos, holds fewer mysteries but no less fascination. Together, these moons add to the character of Mars, their presence a subtle reminder that even the most solitary places are rarely truly alone. the challenge of reaching Mars. The journey to Mars is one of humanity's greatest logistical and technological challenges. To leave Earth's gravity well, traverse the vacuum of space, and arrive safely on the red planet requires a synthesis of engineering, biology, and sheer determination. The spacecraft must be self-sufficient, carrying not only its crew but all the resources needed to sustain them: air, water, food, and energy. Radiation is a formidable foe, bombarding travelers as they leave Earth's protective magnetic field. The thin Martian atmosphere provides little shelter, exposing the surface to cosmic rays and solar particles. Solving this problem will demand ingenuity, from protective habitats to advanced materials that shield life without adding unsustainable weight. Even landing on Mars is a challenge. The atmosphere is too thin to provide the same braking force as Earth's, yet too thick to ignore. Engineers must balance heat shields, parachutes, and retro-rockets in a delicate dance to slow the spacecraft enough for a safe descent. The infamous 7 minutes of terror that accompany each robotic landing are a preview of the stakes involved when human lives are added to the equation. A new kind of home. Life on Mars will not resemble life on Earth. To survive, humans must adapt not only their technologies but their ways of thinking. The first habitats will be small, enclosed, and functional, designed to protect against radiation, conserve resources, and maintain a breathable atmosphere. Over time, these outposts could grow into more permanent settlements, interconnected domes, or underground cities powered by renewable energy and sustained by local resources. Terraforming Mars, transforming it into a world capable of supporting Earth-like life, is a dream for the distant future. It would involve altering the atmosphere, raising the temperature, and introducing liquid water on a planetary scale. Such a transformation would take centuries, if not millennia, and would require not only technological breakthroughs but ethical deliberation. Should humanity reshape an entire planet, imposing its will on a world that has existed for billions of years? Or should we adapt to Mars as it is, finding harmony with its existing environment? The philosophical journey. Mars is more than a destination. It is a crucible for human thought. It forces us to ask profound questions about life, survival, and our responsibility to other worlds. If we find evidence of life on Mars, even in the form of ancient microbes, it will redefine our understanding of biology and our place in the universe. If we find no life, it will underscore the preciousness of life on Earth, a fragile spark in an otherwise silent cosmos. As we prepare to set foot on Mars, we must also reflect on what it means to explore. Are we seeking answers, or are we driven by something deeper, an instinct to reach beyond ourselves? Mars is a test not only of our technology but of our values. How we choose to explore it, whether with respect, curiosity, or hubris, will shape the legacy we leave for future generations. The echoes of ancient water. Water, the cradle of life, has left its mark across Mars. Though the surface now appears dry and desolate, it holds the scars of a wetter past. Channels carved by ancient rivers snake across the plains, their meandering paths frozen in time. Delta formations hint at long-vanished lakes where sediments settled over millennia, layering the evidence of flowing water in delicate, intricate patterns. The Curiosity rover, exploring the Gale crater, revealed a treasure trove of such evidence. Pebbles rounded by water currents, clay-rich minerals, and chemical signatures of long-gone lakes suggest that Mars, billions of years ago, may have been a world not unlike early Earth. If life existed there, it may have thrived in these watery oases, feeding on the minerals dissolved in its streams and pools. But Mars is not entirely devoid of water today. At its poles, ice caps glisten under the pale sunlight, a mix of water and frozen carbon dioxide. Beneath its surface, subsurface ice lies preserved in layers, like a planetary time capsule. Recent discoveries of briny liquid water beneath the polar regions ignite the imagination. Could such environments still host life, microbial and enduring, shielded from the surface's harsh conditions? The winds of Mars. Mars breathes, though its exhalations are faint and sporadic. The thin atmosphere, less than 1% the density of Earth's, moves in subtle currents, carrying dust across the plains. During the Martian spring, as sunlight warms the poles, winds grow stronger, lifting fine particles into the air and creating dust storms that can engulf the entire planet. These storms, though immense, are not violent in the way we experience them on Earth. The thin air carries little force, and the dust itself is so fine that it floats, creating a soft, diffuse haze that drifts across the landscape. Over time, these storms shape the planet, smoothing its surface and sculpting its dunes into graceful, ever-changing patterns. In the quiet periods between storms, the Martian wind leaves behind enigmatic traces. Dust devils, spinning columns of air, etch dark streaks into the surface, their transient paths a reminder of the planet's dynamic nature. These ephemeral marks, visible from orbit, seem almost alive, like fleeting signatures of an invisible hand. The Martian night.
Nidfall on Mars brigne à profonde stillness.
As the sun sinks below the horizon, temperatures plummet, and the landscape takes on a sharper, more defined character under the faint light of its moon. Phobos rises quickly, tracing its rapid arc across the sky, while Deimos lingers, its slower pace a counterpoint to its companion's urgency. The stars on Mars are brilliant, unfiltered by thick air or light pollution. To stand beneath them is to feel the immensity of the universe pressing down, a vast and infinite silence that envelopes the observer. The constellations, though familiar, appear slightly altered from this new perspective, a subtle reminder that even the heavens shift when viewed from another world. Amid this cosmic quiet, Mars radiates a kind of peace. It is a world untouched by the noise of industry, its surface unmarred by the marks of human presence. For now, it remains a pristine canvas, its silence a gift to those who seek to understand it. The journey yet to come. Mars, with all its challenges and mysteries, represents the next great chapter in humanity's story. Each rover that rolls across its surface, each satellite that maps its terrain, brings us closer to this distant world. But the ultimate goal is not just to study Mars. It is to live there, to become part of its story. The first humans to set foot on Mars will carry with them the hopes and dreams of all who gaze at the night sky. They will face immense hardships. The isolation, the danger, the need to adapt to an environment that offers no natural refuge. Yet, in overcoming these challenges, they will prove that humanity's spirit of exploration knows no bounds. Mars is more than a destination. It is a proving ground. It is where we will learn what it means to survive on a planet that is not our own. It is where we will test the limits of our ingenuity and resilience. And it is where we will take our first steps toward becoming a multiplanetary species, ensuring that the story of life continues, no matter what happens on Earth. The challenge of survival. Survival on Mars is not a simple feat. It is a battle against an environment that is both alien and unforgiving. Mars offers no oxygen to breathe, no water to drink, and no natural shelter from the sun's relentless radiation. Every resource must be brought from Earth or extracted from the planet itself, a delicate dance of ingenuity and conservation. Radiation is among the greatest threats. Without a protective magnetic field or a thick atmosphere, the surface of Mars is constantly bombarded by cosmic rays and solar particles. To live there, humans will need habitats buried beneath layers of regolith or constructed with materials that shield against this invisible danger. Every moment spent outside a shelter, every venture across the landscape, will demand careful preparation and vigilance. Temperature, too, poses a challenge. Mars is a cold world, its average surface temperature hovering around -60 degrees Celsius, -80 degrees Fahrenheit. In the depths of winter, near the poles, temperatures can plummet to -125 degrees Celsius. Yet, during the day near the equator, they can rise to a relatively balmy 20 degrees Celsius. This stark contrast creates a rhythm of extremes that human settlers must endure. The Martian atmosphere, thin and composed mostly of carbon dioxide, presents another hurdle. Breathing it is impossible, and its low pressure would cause unprotected human bodies to succumb to decompression within seconds. To live on Mars, we must create artificial bubbles of Earth, a feat of engineering that turns isolation into opportunity. The resourceful planet. Mars, though hostile, is not barren of opportunity. Its soil, rich in minerals, offers the potential for agriculture, even if it requires substantial modification. Experiments on Earth suggest that Martian regolith could support plant growth when mixed with organic material and properly hydrated. The challenge lies in creating a closed-loop system where waste is recycled, water is reused, and every resource is carefully managed. Water, the lifeblood of any settlement, can be extracted from ice deposits or mined from hydrated minerals in the soil. Electrolysis could split this water into hydrogen for fuel and oxygen for breathing, creating a self-sustaining cycle that supports both life and exploration. Every molecule of water retrieved from Mars will be a step closer to independence from Earth. Energy, too, must be generated locally. Solar panels, though effective, must contend with the planet's dust storms, which can obscure sunlight for weeks at a time. Other options, like small nuclear reactors, provide consistent power, enabling habitats to function even during the darkest storms. The balance between sustainability and redundancy will be critical to long-term survival. The psychological frontier. Life on Mars will not only test the body but the mind. The isolation of being millions of kilometers from Earth, with communication delays of up to 20 minutes each way, creates a profound sense of separation. Mars settlers will be alone in a way that no human has ever experienced, cut off from the immediacy of Earth's presence. To thrive, settlers will need more than technology. They will need a sense of purpose and connection. Communities must be built not just with engineering but with empathy, creating environments where people can grow, collaborate, and find meaning. Art, music, storytelling, and rituals will become as essential as food and water, nurturing the human spirit in an alien world. Mars will be a place of firsts. The first sunrise witnessed on its surface, the first crops grown in its soil, the first children born under its pale sky. These milestones will not only sustain life but inspire it, turning the cold, red planet into a home that feels alive. The ethical horizon. As we prepare to set foot on Mars, we must confront ethical questions about our role as explorers. Mars is a pristine world, untouched by human activity. If life exists there, even in microbial form, what right do we have to disturb it? If Mars is lifeless, Does that give us free rein to transform it? Or do we have a duty to preserve its natural state? These questions challenge us to consider what exploration means in the 21st century. In our rush to colonize, we must remember that Mars is not just a resource to exploit, but a world with its own intrinsic value. To live there is to enter into a relationship with the planet, one that demands respect and stewardship. Terraforming, the ultimate vision of turning Mars into a habitable world, raises profound questions. Should we reshape an entire planet to suit our needs, or should we learn to adapt to its conditions? What would a terraformed Mars mean for its identity and ours? These questions, though abstract, will become pressing as we move closer to realizing the dream of living on Mars. The legacy of Mars. Mars is more than a destination. It is a turning point. It represents the moment when humanity chooses to reach beyond its origins, to step into the wider universe with courage and creativity. The story of Mars is not just the story of a planet. It is the story of what we value, how we adapt, and who we become. When future generations look back on this era, they will see it as the beginning of something extraordinary. They will see the first footsteps on Mars as a testament to human ingenuity and a symbol of hope. Mars will not just be a place we visit. It will be a place where we redefine ourselves. And so, the journey continues. Each day brings us closer to Mars, to understanding its mysteries, to overcoming its challenges, and to embracing its possibilities. The red planet waits, silent and patient, its story intertwined with ours, a reminder that the universe is vast and our potential is limitless. Mars as a canvas for dreams. Mars is a canvas upon which humanity paints its boldest dreams. It represents the pinnacle of exploration, a frontier not defined by conquest but by curiosity, creativity, and collaboration. The red planet invites us to imagine a future where we are not bound by Earth's limitations but empowered by our ability to adapt, innovate, and grow. This vision begins with the first human footprints in the dust. Those initial steps will symbolize far more than the arrival of a species. They will mark the emergence of a new chapter in human history. Mars will become a proving ground for technologies, philosophies, and societies, a place where we learn not just how to survive, but how to thrive. In imagining settlements on Mars, we envision more than shelters and life support systems. We imagine communities that are both functional and beautiful, designed not just to sustain life but to nurture it. Transparent domes filled with greenery, underground corridors adorned with art, spaces where people can gather, celebrate, and reflect. All of these will turn Mars from a destination into a home. Terraforming, the ultimate transformation. Terraforming Mars is one of humanity's most ambitious dreams, a vision of transforming the planet into a world teeming with life. The concept is as daunting as it is inspiring. Raising temperatures, thickening the atmosphere, and introducing liquid water to create an environment where plants, animals, and eventually humans can flourish. The process might begin with releasing greenhouse gases into the atmosphere to trap heat, mimicking the effects of global warming on Earth. Massive mirrors placed in orbit could focus sunlight on the poles, melting ice caps to release water and carbon dioxide. Over centuries, these changes could create conditions suitable for Earth-like ecosystems. Yet, terraforming is not without controversy. The ethical implications are profound. Does humanity have the right to reshape an entire planet for its own benefit? Would such a transformation destroy Mars' intrinsic value as a unique and ancient world? These questions remind us that our actions on Mars carry not only scientific and practical consequences but moral and philosophical ones as well. The Search for Life, a Cosmic Perspective. The question of life on Mars is not just a scientific inquiry. It is a quest that strikes at the heart of our understanding of existence. If life once thrived on Mars or exists there today, even in microbial form, it would suggest that life is not unique to Earth. It would open the door to the possibility that life might be common throughout the universe, arising wherever conditions allow. This discovery would fundamentally change our perspective on our place in the cosmos. No longer would we see ourselves as solitary beings on a singular planet. Instead, we would be part of a larger, more interconnected universe. A universe where life finds a way, adapting to even the harshest environments. Conversely, if Mars is lifeless, it underscores the fragility and rarity of life on Earth. It reminds us that our planet is a precious oasis in an otherwise barren expanse, a responsibility we must cherish and protect. Mars, in its silence, teaches us to listen more deeply to the story of life. The inspiration of Mars. Mars is more than a scientific challenge or a colonization target. It is a source of inspiration. Its barren landscapes and towering peaks, its dust storms and frozen plains, stir something primal in the human soul. It is a place where the boundaries of imagination are tested, where the impossible becomes possible. Throughout history, Mars has been a muse for writers, artists, and dreamers. From the ancient myths that personified it as a god of war to the speculative fiction of the 20th century that imagined thriving Martian civilizations, the Red Planet has always held a special place in human culture. As we prepare to set foot on Mars, it will continue to inspire new stories, new art, and new dreams. Mars challenges us to think not only about what is but what could be. It invites us to imagine a future where humanity is no longer confined to one world, where our presence in the cosmos is defined by exploration, cooperation, and creativity. It reminds us that the greatest journeys begin with a single step, and that step is now within reach. Mars, the intersection of science and spirit. Mars, in its stillness and vastness, bridges the realms of science and spirit. It is a place where equations and algorithms meet wonder and awe. To study Mars is to embrace the rigor of investigation, analyzing its soil, decoding its atmosphere, and mapping its terrain. But to dream of Mars is to reach beyond the tangible, to imagine not just what the planet is but what it means to us. The Red Planet has always been a vessel for human meaning. In ancient times, its ruddy glow was interpreted as a symbol of war and passion. To the Romans, it was Mars, the god of conflict. To the Babylonians, it was Nergal, the harbinger of destruction. These interpretations, though rooted in myth, reflect a deep, almost instinctive connection to this celestial neighbor. Today, Mars symbolizes something different: hope, resilience, and the boundless potential of the human spirit. It is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, in an environment so harsh that it seems uninhabitable, there is beauty, mystery, and possibility. Mars, in its silence, invites us to listen, to reflect, and to aspire. The legacy of robotic explorers. Before humans set foot on Mars, robots have served as our eyes and hands, bridging the vast gulf between Earth and the Red Planet. These mechanical pioneers, rovers, landers, and orbiters, have revealed a world both familiar and alien, transforming our understanding of Mars with every image and data point. The twin rovers' Spirit and Opportunity exemplify this legacy. Designed for 90-day missions, they exceeded all expectations, roving for years and uncovering evidence of ancient water. Curiosity, still active, has explored the Gale crater, analyzing soil and rock samples to unravel Mars' environmental history. Perseverance, with its ability to cache samples for future return to Earth, represents the next step in this progression. A mission not just of exploration but of preparation for human arrival. Each mission is more than a technological achievement. It is a testament to humanity's collective effort. Teams of engineers, scientists, and dreamers work together to design and operate these machines. Their efforts are a reflection of our shared curiosity and determination. The robots that roam Mars are not just tools. They are ambassadors of our species, carrying our questions and hopes to a distant world. Mars, a stage for unity. Mars has the potential to unite humanity in ways few other endeavors can. The journey to the Red Planet requires collaboration across borders, disciplines, and generations. No single nation, no single organization can achieve it alone. The effort demands pooling resources, sharing knowledge, and setting aside differences in pursuit of a common goal. In this way, Mars becomes more than a destination. It becomes a symbol of unity. It challenges us to look beyond our divisions and see ourselves as one species, bound together by our shared home and our shared aspirations. The lessons we learn on Mars about cooperation, sustainability, and resilience can ripple back to Earth, inspiring us to address the challenges we face here. Mars reminds us that the barriers we create are not insurmountable. The same ingenuity that propels a rover across the Martian surface, the same spirit that imagines habitats on a distant world, can be applied to solving the problems of hunger, inequality, and environmental degradation. Mars is not just a journey outward. It is a call to look inward and reconsider what it means to be human. The timeless allure of the Red Planet. Mars will always hold a special place in the human imagination. Its landscapes, though stark, evoke a sense of grandeur and timelessness. Its mysteries, though scientific, resonate on a deeply personal level. To explore Mars is to explore ourselves, to question, to dream, and to grow. As we stand on the brink of this new era, we are reminded that Mars is not just a place. It is a challenge, a muse, and a mirror. It reflects our best qualities, our curiosity, our creativity, and our resilience. It also reflects our vulnerabilities, reminding us of the delicate balance that sustains life and the immense effort required to preserve it. The Red Planet waits, patient and unyielding. Its story is not yet finished, and we are part of the next chapter. Each discovery, each step forward, brings us closer to understanding not just Mars, but the universe and our place within it. Mars is calling, and we are ready to answer. Mars, a vision beyond the horizon. Mars stands as a frontier, not just in space, but in thought, a place where humanity's vision for the future stretches beyond the limits of Earth. It is a promise of renewal, a reminder that even in the vast emptiness of the cosmos, there is potential for growth, connection, and discovery. Each mission to Mars, whether robotic or human, is a testament to this enduring optimism. The journey to Mars is not merely a physical endeavor. It is an emotional and intellectual odyssey. It asks profound questions. What does it mean to inhabit another world? How can we build a future that respects both our needs and the planet's integrity? And, most fundamentally, what kind of species do we wish to become? Mars challenges us to think expansively, to imagine a future where the boundaries of Earth are not the boundaries of human existence. It calls us to innovate, to solve problems not just for survival but for thriving in an environment that demands our very best. In doing so, it gives us a canvas upon which to paint a new vision of ourselves, not as conquerors, but as caretakers of a fragile and interconnected universe. The cosmic context of Mars. Mars is not an isolated world. It is part of a vast, interwoven cosmos. Its valleys, mountains, and deserts are shaped by the same forces that sculpted Earth, Venus, and the countless moons of the outer planets. Its place in the solar system is a reminder that we are part of a larger story, one that stretches across time and space. Studying Mars teaches us about the processes that shape planets. Its thin atmosphere, its frozen water, and its ancient riverbeds offer clues about the evolution of planetary climates. By understanding Mars, we gain insight into the history of our own planet and the potential futures of others. Mars becomes a lens through which we can see not only the past but also the possibilities that lie ahead. The search for life on Mars ties us to an even greater context. If life exists or once existed on the red planet, it would suggest that the building blocks of life are universal, that the universe is not a cold, lifeless void but a fertile expanse where life can emerge again and again. Mars, in its silence, might hold the key to answering one of humanity's oldest and deepest questions. Are we alone? The first footprints. The first human footsteps on Mars will echo far beyond the planet's surface. They will represent a culmination of centuries of exploration, from the earliest telescopic observations to the detailed maps created by orbiters. Those steps will be a collective achievement, the result of countless minds working together across time and space. Imagine the moment. The crunch of regolith underfoot, the thin air above, the horizon stretching endlessly in all directions. The view will be both alien and familiar, a stark reminder of the vastness of space and the resilience of the human spirit. The first explorers will not just walk on Mars. They will carry the hopes of billions, a living link between two worlds. Their work will be grueling, their days filled with tasks to ensure survival and advance knowledge. Yet, amid the challenges, there will be moments of awe, watching the Earth rise in the Martian sky, tracing the faint arcs of Phobos and Deimos, standing in the shadow of Olympus Mons or on the edge of Valles Marineris. These experiences will remind them, and us, that the journey to Mars is not just about science or survival. It is about wonder. Mars as the seed of a new era. Mars represents not just a step forward but a leap, a transformation of humanity's relationship with the universe. It is the first step toward becoming a multiplanetary species, a journey that could eventually lead us to the outer planets, their moons, and beyond. Each lesson learned on Mars will pave the way for new horizons, turning the challenges of today into the foundation of tomorrow. But Mars is also a mirror, reflecting the best and worst of humanity. It reminds us that exploration is not just about discovery, but about responsibility. How we treat Mars, how we balance ambition with care, curiosity with respect, will define not only our legacy on the red planet, but also our future as stewards of the cosmos. Mars is waiting. Its story is intertwined with ours, its silence filled with the echoes of our questions, dreams, and aspirations. As we stand on the threshold of this new era, we are reminded that the journey to Mars is more than a mission. It is a testament to the boundless potential of the human spirit. Mars, the silent witness. Mars has watched the universe unfold for billions of years. It has seen the birth of stars and the death of planets, the formation of its neighbors, and the silent journey of comets through the blackness of space. Its surface, shaped by ancient forces, has remained largely untouched by time, a testament to the endurance of worlds. As we gaze upon its scarred plains and towering volcanoes, Mars seems both timeless and vulnerable. Its surface tells a story of a planet that was once dynamic, a place of flowing rivers, volcanic eruptions, and perhaps even a stable climate. Yet, as its core cooled and its atmosphere thinned, Mars became a world of stillness, a place where time seems to have slowed almost to a halt. Mars is a reminder of the fragility of planetary systems. It shows us how delicate the balance of life and environment truly is. By studying its past, we gain insight into Earth's present and future, learning not only how planets evolve but also how they die. The poetic solitude of Mars. There is a strange poetry to Mars, a beauty in its desolation. The landscape, though barren, is rich in texture and tone. The reds and browns of the regolith, the stark shadows cast by the low sun, the way the horizon seems to stretch forever. All of these create a sense of vastness and serenity that is almost otherworldly. The silence of Mars is profound. There is no hum of insects, no rustle of leaves, no whisper of water. Instead, there is only the faint sound of the wind, a thin, ghostly breath that carries dust across the plains. It is a silence that invites reflection, a space where the mind can wander freely, unburdened by the noise of life. To stand on Mars would be to feel truly alone, not in a way that is lonely, but in a way that is deeply connected to the universe. It is a solitude that reminds us of our place in the cosmos, of the vastness of existence and the smallness of our own lives. And yet, in that smallness, there is something infinite, a capacity for wonder, for discovery, and for connection that transcends the boundaries of planets and stars. The first colony, a vision of Mars. The first human colony on Mars will be a place of resilience and creativity, a living experiment in adaptability. It will begin as a cluster of habitats, domes or underground shelters, connected by tunnels and brimming with life support systems. These structures will house the first settlers, providing protection from radiation, extreme temperatures, and the thin atmosphere. Inside these habitats, life will resemble Earth in miniature. Crops will grow in hydroponic gardens, their green leaves a striking contrast to the red world outside. Water will be recycled, air will be filtered, and every resource will be conserved with meticulous care. The settlers, though far from home, will carry Earth with them. In the plants they cultivate, the tools they use, and the stories they tell. Over time, this colony could grow into a thriving community. Solar panels and nuclear reactors will power its expansion, while technologies like 3D printing will allow settlers to build new structures using Martian materials. What begins as a small outpost could evolve into a network of settlements, each one a step closer to self-sufficiency and permanence. Mars and the next chapter of humanity. Mars is not the final frontier. It is the beginning of a new chapter. It is a stepping stone to the outer planets, to their icy moons, and perhaps even to other star systems. Each lesson we learn on Mars, about surviving in hostile environments, building sustainable ecosystems, and adapting to new worlds, will prepare us for even greater journeys. But Mars is more than a practical challenge. It is a source of inspiration, a reminder that humanity is capable of extraordinary things. The decision to go to Mars, to dedicate time, resources, and creativity to such a daunting task, speaks to the best of who we are. It is a testament to our ability to dream and to act on those dreams, no matter how distant or difficult they may seem. As we stand on the brink of this new era, we are reminded that exploration is not just about reaching new places. It is about expanding what is possible. Mars, with its quiet beauty and boundless mystery, invites us to do just that, to go farther, think deeper and dream bigger than ever before. Mars, a frontier of endless possibility. Mars is more than a destination. It is a beacon, drawing humanity toward the unknown. It stands as a testament to the unyielding curiosity that has defined our species for millennia. In the cold vastness of space, the red planet offers a glimmer of something extraordinary, a chance to step beyond our boundaries and create something entirely new. For scientists, Mars is a natural laboratory, a place to study planetary processes in isolation. Its surface, frozen in time, offers a glimpse into the ancient past of the solar system. Its thin atmosphere provides clues about climate change on a planetary scale, lessons that could help us better understand Earth's own delicate balance. For dreamers, Mars is a canvas. It is a place where humanity can imagine new ways of living, unburdened by the constraints of history and geography. It is a chance to experiment, to create communities that are not only self-sustaining but also harmonious, innovative, and just. Mars invites us to rethink what it means to build a civilization, offering a blank slate against the backdrop of its timeless deserts. The journey to Mars, a test of ingenuity. The journey to Mars is not a single event but a series of steps, each one more ambitious than the last. From early robotic missions to manned expeditions and eventual colonization, every stage demands new levels of ingenuity and collaboration. The challenges are immense. Spacecraft must endure months of travel through the void, carrying everything needed to sustain human life. Landing on Mars requires precision, as the thin atmosphere provides little resistance to slow descent. And once on the surface, settlers must contend with the planet's harsh realities: radiation, freezing temperatures, and limited resources. Yet, with each challenge comes opportunity. The innovations required to reach and live on Mars have ripple effects, driving advancements in energy, materials science, medicine, and more. The pursuit of Mars is not just a quest for survival on another planet. It is a catalyst for solving problems on Earth, a source of progress that benefits all of humanity. The search for life, a cosmic question. Mars is a world that teeters on the edge of life. Its past is rich with possibilities: ancient rivers and lakes, volcanic activity, and the chemical ingredients necessary for biology. If life ever existed on Mars, it would represent one of the most profound discoveries in human history, a confirmation that life is not unique to Earth, but a natural outcome of the universe's processes. Even if Mars is lifeless today, its potential remains tantalizing. The presence of water ice, the availability of essential minerals, and the possibility of underground habitats suggest that life could one day thrive there. Mars challenges us to think not only about finding life but about creating the conditions for it to flourish, a task that blurs the lines between exploration and transformation. The search for life on Mars is a search for meaning. It forces us to confront our own existence, to question why life emerged on Earth and whether it might arise elsewhere. It is a reminder that, as vast as the universe is, we are connected to it in ways both profound and mysterious. Mars and the future of humanity. Mars is not just a goal. It is a reflection of humanity's potential. It represents a choice: to remain bound to our home world or to embrace the unknown. It challenges us to dream bigger, to think beyond the immediate and the familiar, and to act with courage and foresight. The journey to Mars is a journey toward becoming a multiplanetary species. It is a step toward ensuring the survival of life, even in the face of cosmic catastrophes. But it is also a journey inward, a chance to rediscover the qualities that make us human: our curiosity, resilience, and capacity for wonder. As we look to the red planet, we are reminded that exploration is not just about reaching new places. It is about finding new ways to grow, connect, and thrive. Mars, in its stillness, calls us forward, inviting us to imagine a future that is not limited by the boundaries of Earth, but enriched by the boundless possibilities of the universe. Mars, a story yet to be written. Mars exists as a promise, an unwritten chapter in humanity's narrative. Its landscapes, vast and untouched, seem to wait for the first human hand to leave its mark. Yet, in its silence, Mars reminds us that exploration is not just about discovery. It is about understanding, about asking questions that shape how we see ourselves and the cosmos. What will the first humans on Mars write into its history? Perhaps it will be stories of perseverance, of learning to adapt to an alien world where survival depends on ingenuity and cooperation. Perhaps it will be stories of awe, of standing on the edge of Valles Marineris and gazing into a canyon so vast that it defies comprehension. Or perhaps it will be stories of hope, of finding ways to transform a barren world into a thriving one, a testament to humanity's creativity and resilience. Mars is not just a destination. It is a place of transformation. It challenges us to evolve, not just physically, but emotionally, ethically, and spiritually. In seeking to inhabit Mars, we must also learn to inhabit the best versions of ourselves. The Red Desert, a landscape of reflection. To walk across the surface of Mars would be to step into a realm of contrasts. Its rocks, shaped by ancient forces, range from jagged shards to smooth, wind-polished stones. Its dunes ripple like frozen waves, their patterns a testament to the ever-present wind, and its horizons stretch endlessly, unmarred by trees, buildings, or any sign of life. In this desolate beauty, there is a sense of timelessness. The landscape invites reflection, a pause from the rush of daily life to consider the broader arc of existence. What does it mean to walk on a planet that has been silent for billions of years? What does it mean to bring life to a place that has never known it? Mars teaches us that beauty is not always vibrant or lush. It can be stark and austere, a reminder that even the most inhospitable places have their own kind of grace. In the stillness of the Martian desert, there is space for thought, for wonder, and for a deeper connection to the universe. Building the Martian future. The first settlers on Mars will be more than explorers. They will be builders. Their mission will be to create a world where humans can not only survive but thrive. This means developing systems for water extraction, food production, and energy generation, all while contending with the planet's unforgiving conditions. The settlements they build will be more than shelters. They will be symbols of human ingenuity. Structures will rise from the red soil, made from materials mined and manufactured on Mars. Habitats will be designed to withstand radiation and conserve resources, but they will also be spaces for community, creativity, and rest. As the colony grows, so will its culture. Martian settlers will develop new traditions, shaped by their unique environment. They will tell stories about the first landing, the first crops grown in Martian soil, and the first sunrise watched from the surface. Over time, these stories will become part of a shared identity, a testament to the spirit of those who dared to leave Earth behind. Mars as a teacher. Mars is more than a challenge. It is a teacher. It shows us the value of adaptation, the importance of resourcefulness, and the power of collaboration. The lessons learned on Mars will extend far beyond its surface, influencing how we live on Earth and how we approach the exploration of other worlds. Mars teaches us humility. It reminds us that life is fragile and that planets, no matter how robust they seem, can change dramatically over time. By studying Mars' past, we gain insight into our own planet's future and learn how to better care for the world we call home. Mars also teaches us to dream. It invites us to imagine what is possible, to see beyond the limits of the present and envision a future where humanity thrives not just on one planet, but many. In this way, Mars is not just a destination. It is a catalyst for growth, innovation, and inspiration. The call of the red planet. Mars calls to us, not with words, but with its presence. Its red glow in the night sky, its rugged terrain captured in photographs, its mysteries waiting to be solved. All of these speak to something deep within us. They remind us that we are explorers, driven to understand and connect with the universe. The journey to Mars is not just about reaching another planet. It is about becoming more than we are. It is about embracing the challenges of the cosmos and rising to meet them with courage, creativity, and collaboration. It is about building a future that reflects the best of humanity. Mars waits, silent and patient. Its story is ours to write. A tale of exploration, discovery, and transformation. And as we take our first steps onto its surface, we will not just be stepping into a new world. We will be stepping into a new era, one defined by hope, wonder, and boundless possibility. Mars, a world beyond words. Mars, in its silence, speaks a language beyond words. Its landscapes, vast and untouched, hold the echoes of eons, of volcanic eruptions that shaped its mountains, of rivers that carved its valleys, and of winds that sculpted its dunes. To explore Mars is to listen to this language, to decipher the story of a planet that has seen billions of years pass in solitude. This solitude is not emptiness. It is richness. Each rock, each grain of sand, is a fragment of a larger narrative, a clue to the mysteries of planetary evolution. Mars invites us to slow down, to observe, to wonder. It reminds us that exploration is not just about conquering new frontiers, but about understanding the worlds we encounter, and through them, understanding ourselves. The essence of adaptation. Mars demands adaptation in its purest form. It challenges humanity to reimagine how we live, how we work, and how we relate to our environment. On Mars, every resource is precious. Water, oxygen, food. These essentials must be produced, conserved, and recycled with unprecedented efficiency. This necessity drives innovation. Solar panels designed to resist the planet's pervasive dust storms, habitats that can be 3D printed using Martian regolith, and life support systems capable of sustaining human communities in isolation. These are not just technologies for Mars. They are solutions that can transform life on Earth, making it more sustainable and resilient. Yet, adaptation on Mars goes beyond technology. It is a mindset, a willingness to embrace the unknown and find beauty in the unexpected. The settlers who thrive on Mars will be those who see its challenges not as obstacles but as opportunities, who approach its alien landscapes with curiosity and creativity. The first night on Mars. Imagine the first human night on Mars. The sun, smaller and dimmer than on Earth, dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the barren plains. The sky deepens into a muted pink, then a velvety black, revealing a canopy of stars that seems impossibly vast. Phobos and Deimos, Mars' small moons, trace their paths across the sky, their movements a quiet reminder of the planet's connection to the cosmos. Inside the habitat, the first explorers gather, their voices subdued by the weight of the moment. They are not just survivors, they are pioneers, the first humans to call this alien world home. Outside, the cold is absolute, the silence profound. Yet, within the thin walls of their shelter, there is warmth, light, and life. A fragile but undeniable presence in a world that has been lifeless for billions of years. This night will be remembered. It will be the beginning of a new era. A moment when humanity takes its first step toward becoming a multiplanetary species. It will be a reminder that even in the most desolate places, life can find a foothold. Mars, a mirror of humanity. Mars reflects us, not just our strengths but also our vulnerabilities. It shows us the fragility of life, the delicate balance that sustains our existence on Earth. It challenges us to be better, to think beyond the immediate and the convenient, to act with foresight and responsibility. In its silence, Mars also reflects our capacity for wonder. It reminds us that exploration is not just a practical endeavor, but a deeply human one, driven by curiosity and a desire to connect with something greater than ourselves. To journey to Mars is to seek not just knowledge but meaning, to find our place in a universe that is vast, mysterious, and profoundly beautiful. Mars is not just a destination. It is a dialogue. It asks us questions about who we are, what we value, and what kind of future we wish to create. And in answering these questions, we come closer to understanding not only the red planet but also ourselves. The eternal promise of Mars. Mars will always hold a place in the human imagination. Even after the first colonies are established, even after we have learned its secrets and adapted to its challenges, Mars will remain a frontier, a place where the boundaries of what is possible continue to expand. Its red deserts and towering mountains, its frozen poles and winding valleys, will inspire generations to come. Its story, intertwined with ours, will be a reminder that exploration is not a task to be completed, but a journey to be embraced. Mars, in its silence and its grandeur, will continue to call us forward, urging us to reach farther, think deeper, and dream bigger. As humanity steps onto the red planet, we are not just exploring a new world. We are redefining what it means to explore. Mars is the beginning of something extraordinary, a journey that connects us not just to the stars but to the very essence of who we are. Mars, a testament to endurance. Mars stands as a testament to endurance, a world that has persisted through billions of years of change and challenge. Its once vibrant atmosphere has thinned, its flowing rivers have dried, and its volcanic heart has grown cold. Yet, in its stillness, Mars continues to evolve in ways that are subtle but profound. The winds that sweep across its plains carry the fine dust that settles into its valleys, reshaping the surface over eons. The frost that forms at its poles during winter retreats each spring, a cycle that speaks of a planet still breathing in its own way. Mars endures, not in defiance of its harsh environment, but as a product of it, a world shaped and defined by the forces that act upon it. To journey to Mars is to witness this endurance firsthand, to stand on a planet that has survived the passage of time in ways both stark and beautiful. It is a reminder that survival takes many forms, that even in the most inhospitable places, there is a kind of grace. The first harvest. Among the milestones of life on Mars, the first harvest will be one of the most profound. Growing food in Martian soil will symbolize humanity's ability to adapt and thrive, a tangible connection between Earth and a new world. Hydroponic gardens, illuminated by artificial light, will yield the first leaves of lettuce, the first sprigs of herbs, the first handfuls of grain. These plants will not only nourish the body but also the spirit. They will bring a touch of earth to the red world, a reminder of home and the ecosystems that sustain us. Over time, these gardens will grow more diverse, supporting fruits, vegetables, and perhaps even trees, creating an oasis of green in the Martian desert. The first settlers will gather around these harvests, sharing meals and stories, celebrating the simple but profound achievement of life flourishing in a place that was once lifeless. This act of cultivation will be a bridge between worlds, a symbol of humanity's resilience and creativity. The expanding horizon. Mars is not a static goal but a stepping stone, a platform from which humanity can reach farther into the cosmos. Its low gravity and thin atmosphere make it an ideal launching point for missions to the asteroid belt, the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, and beyond. Each success on Mars brings us closer to these distant destinations, turning the red planet into a hub of exploration. The lessons learned on Mars will shape how we approach these next frontiers. The technologies developed to extract resources, build habitats, and sustain life will be adapted and refined, creating a blueprint for living in even more extreme environments. Mars, in this way, is not just a destination but a gateway, a place that prepares us for the infinite possibilities of the universe. The poetry of Mars. Mars inspires a kind of poetry, not just in words but in the way it captures the imagination. Its landscape, with its towering volcanoes and sprawling canyons, speaks of power and scale. Its pale pink skies, its quiet nights, its endless horizons. All of these evoke a sense of wonder that defies description. To live on Mars is to immerse oneself in this poetry, to see the universe from a new perspective. It is to understand that beauty is not confined to Earth, that even the most barren places can stir the soul. Mars, in its silence, invites reflection, a chance to pause and consider the broader story of life and existence. Mars, a legacy in the making. As humanity sets its sights on Mars, we are not just shaping the future, we are creating a legacy. The first settlements, the first discoveries, the first moments of life thriving in an alien world. All of these will be remembered as turning points in our history. They will be stories told for generations, reminders of what we are capable of when we dream boldly and act decisively. Mars will not remain untouched by humanity, but it will remain a symbol, a reminder of the vastness of the universe and the endless potential of the human spirit. Its red deserts will bear the marks of our presence, but they will also bear the promise of what is to come, a future where exploration and innovation are as limitless as the stars. Mars, humanity's eternal dream. Mars is a dream etched into the collective consciousness of humanity, a beacon in the vastness of the cosmos. It has inspired generations of thinkers, adventurers, and dreamers, symbolizing the relentless pursuit of the unknown. As our gaze turns toward the red planet, the dream becomes tangible, a vision of what could be, a promise of discovery, survival, and creation. The journey to Mars is a bridge between imagination and reality. It is an expression of humanity's need to explore, to push beyond boundaries, to see what lies over the next horizon. The allure of Mars is not just its mysteries but its potential, the chance to write a new chapter in the story of life. The first generation of Martians. The first settlers on Mars will not simply be visitors. They will become a new kind of human, shaped by the challenges and opportunities of their environment. Their lives will be a constant interplay between Earth and Mars, a blending of cultures and ideas, traditions and innovations. They will be the first Martians, a community born of human ingenuity and the desire to thrive in a place that has never known life. This generation will face hardships unimaginable to those on Earth. They will live in confined spaces, reliant on technology for survival, and separated from their home world by an expanse of space that stretches millions of kilometers. Yet, they will also experience something profound: the creation of a new world, one built not from conquest but from collaboration and vision. These Martians will find meaning in their challenges. They will see the first plants grown in Martian soil, the first structures raised from regolith, and the first children born under a foreign sky. Each of these milestones will be a victory, a reminder of humanity's capacity to adapt and endure. Mars as a cultural revolution. Mars will not merely be a scientific outpost. It will be a crucible for new ideas, new ways of living and thinking. The constraints of the environment will force settlers to innovate in every aspect of life, from resource management to governance to social structures. On Mars, waste will not exist. Everything will be reused, repurposed, and recycled in a delicate balance that ensures survival. This necessity will inspire a culture of sustainability that could ripple back to Earth, influencing how we live and work in the face of our own planetary challenges. The lessons learned on Mars will serve as a model for creating resilient, self-sufficient communities, both on and beyond our home planet. Art, music, and storytelling will flourish on Mars, providing settlers with a means to process their experiences and connect with one another. The red planet's stark beauty will inspire new forms of expression, blending the rawness of its environment with the creativity of its inhabitants. Over time, a uniquely Martian identity will emerge, a fusion of earthly roots and extraterrestrial vision. The ethical call of Mars. As we reach toward Mars, we must also grapple with profound ethical questions. Mars, in its current state, is a pristine world, untouched by human activity. If life exists there, even in the form of microbes, what responsibility do we have to protect it? If life does not exist, do we have the right to transform the planet, to bend it to our will? These questions challenge us to consider the balance between exploration and preservation, between our ambitions and the inherent value of other worlds. Mars forces us to think not only about what we can do, but also about what we should do, about the legacy we wish to leave for future generations. The ethical call of Mars is a call to humility. It reminds us that we are newcomers to the cosmos, stewards rather than masters. As we step onto the red planet, we must do so with care, ensuring that our actions reflect not just our capabilities but our values. Mars, the endless frontier. Mars is not a destination to be reached and left behind. It is an endless frontier, a place where humanity's journey continues to unfold. Its challenges and mysteries will fuel generations of exploration, driving us to innovate, to adapt, and to grow. It will become a stepping stone to the stars, a bridge to a future where life expands beyond the confines of Earth. As we look to Mars, we are reminded that the journey is as important as the destination. The effort to reach the red planet, to solve its problems, to unlock its secrets, is a testament to the power of human curiosity and creativity. Mars calls to us not because it is easy, but because it is difficult, because it demands the very best of who we are. The red planet waits, silent and unchanging, yet full of promise. Its story is ours to write, its horizons ours to explore. Mars, in its stillness, offers us a glimpse of eternity, a reminder that the universe is vast and our potential is limitless. Mars, the journey within. Mars, for all its distance and alien nature, is as much a journey inward as it is outward. To look upon its landscapes is to confront the essence of exploration itself, a blend of curiosity, courage, and the deep-seated need to understand our place in the universe. The red planet, in its stillness and solitude, becomes a mirror, reflecting not only our aspirations but also our vulnerabilities. The effort to reach Mars forces us to question our limits and expand our perspectives. It is not just a test of technology but of humanity itself, a challenge to work together, to think boldly, and to act with vision. In this way, Mars is not just a destination. It is a catalyst for growth, a call to embrace the unknown with an open heart and mind. The science of Mars, unlocking the past. The surface of Mars is a puzzle, its features etched by processes both familiar and foreign. Vast networks of dry riverbeds suggest a planet that was once warm and wet, its climate conducive to flowing water. Layered sedimentary rocks, preserved in places like Gale Crater, hint at lakes that might have persisted for thousands or even millions of years. These ancient environments are tantalizing. Could they have supported life? If so, what form did it take? And if not, why did Mars remain sterile while Earth teemed with life? Each question leads to another, weaving a narrative that spans billions of years and invites us to unravel its threads. The search for life on Mars is not just about the planet itself. It is about understanding the conditions that make life possible. It is about discovering whether biology is a universal phenomenon or a rare and precious occurrence. Mars, in its silence, holds the answers, waiting for us to ask the right questions. The settler's perspective. For the first humans to live on Mars, the experience will be both extraordinary and humbling. Every moment will be a balance between survival and wonder, between the practical demands of daily life and the profound realization of their place in history. These settlers will be pioneers in the truest sense, navigating a world that offers no safety net, no guarantees. Their lives will be defined by routine, maintaining habitats, growing food, recycling resources. Yet, amidst the work, there will be moments of awe. Stepping outside the habitat to witness a sunrise over the red plains, feeling the faint pull of Mars' weaker gravity, or watching Earth rise in the night sky, a distant blue suspended in the void. The settlers will not just adapt to Mars, they will shape it. Over time, their presence will transform the planet, turning it from a place of exploration into a home. They will plant seeds in its soil, build structures from its rocks, and create stories that blend the spirit of Earth with the essence of Mars. The call of the unknown. Mars is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of something greater. Its challenges and discoveries pave the way for deeper exploration, for missions to the outer planets, their moons, and beyond. Each step we take on Mars prepares us for the next frontier, building the knowledge and resilience needed to venture farther into the cosmos. The red planet reminds us that the universe is vast and full of possibilities. It calls us to look beyond the familiar, to embrace the challenges of the unknown, and to dream of what lies beyond the horizon. Mars, in its stillness, is a gateway, a bridge between the worlds we know and the infinite expanse that awaits. Mars, a legacy of exploration. The legacy of Mars will be one of discovery, innovation, and connection. It will be a story of how humanity reached beyond its home world to explore a new one, a story of resilience and creativity in the face of adversity. Mars will be remembered not just for its challenges, but for the way it brought us together, inspiring collaboration and unity on a global scale. As we step onto its surface, we carry with us the hopes of generations, the dreams of those who have looked up at the night sky and wondered. Mars is a continuation of that wonder, a reminder that the desire to explore is fundamental to who we are. The red planet waits, silent and eternal. Its story is intertwined with ours, a tale of exploration and discovery that will echo through the ages. And as we set foot on its surface, we are not just exploring a new world, we are redefining our own. Mars, a threshold of transformation. Mars is a threshold, a place where humanity's past meets its future, where the age-old impulse to explore collides with the necessity to innovate and survive. To set foot on Mars is to cross into a new era, one defined by our ability to adapt not only to the challenges of the red planet, but to the possibilities it offers. The transformation begins with the first habitat, a cluster of modules built to shield life from radiation and the elements. These structures, though functional, carry a profound symbolic weight. They are the first human footholds on an alien world. From them will grow the beginnings of a community, a place where science, art, and culture converge to create something entirely new. Mars will challenge us to think differently about life. Every decision will be shaped by the environment, from how resources are managed to how relationships are nurtured in isolation. The settlers of Mars will be pioneers not just in exploration but in reimagining what it means to live. The lessons of Mars. Mars is a teacher, its barren landscapes rich with lessons about resilience and resourcefulness. It forces humanity to confront the limits of its ingenuity, to find solutions where none seem possible. The challenges of Mars, its thin atmosphere, freezing temperatures, and scarce resources, are not obstacles to be overcome but opportunities to grow. From Mars, we learn the value of sustainability. On a planet where every drop of water must be recycled, every watt of energy optimized, and every breath accounted for, waste becomes unthinkable. These lessons ripple back to Earth, inspiring new ways to live more lightly on our own planet, to create systems that are efficient, renewable, and harmonious. Mars also teaches us patience. Its mysteries are not revealed quickly or easily. Each discovery, a rock sample, a chemical signature, a photograph of a dusty horizon, adds a small piece to a much larger puzzle. Mars reminds us that understanding takes time, that progress is incremental, and that the journey is as important as the destination. The voice of Mars. Mars speaks in whispers, its voice carried on the thin winds that sweep across its surface. It tells a story of change, of a planet that was once warm and wet but grew cold and dry. Its valleys and canyons, its dunes and craters, are words in a language of geology and time. For billions of years, Mars has been silent, its story frozen in its rocks and soil. Now, with each rover and lander, each experiment and observation, we begin to listen. The voice of Mars grows louder, its story clearer, as we uncover the secrets of its past and the possibilities of its future. This voice calls to us not just as scientists but as dreamers. It reminds us that exploration is about more than answers. It is about wonder, about standing on the edge of the unknown and feeling the pull to step forward. Mars, in its quiet persistence, speaks to the deepest parts of who we are. A world reborn. The dream of terraforming Mars is one of renewal, of taking a barren world and making it vibrant with life. The vision is audacious. Raising temperatures, thickening the atmosphere, and introducing water to create conditions where ecosystems can thrive. It is a process that would take centuries, perhaps millennia, but its implications are profound. Terraforming is not just a scientific endeavor, it is a philosophical one. It forces humanity to grapple with questions about stewardship and responsibility. Is it ethical to reshape an entire planet for our benefit? Can we create life on Mars without erasing its intrinsic value? These questions remind us that our actions have consequences, not just for ourselves but for the universe around us. Even without full terraforming, the act of living on Mars will change it. The first greenhouses, the first farms, the first cities, all of these will leave their mark. Mars will no longer be the untouched red planet. It will become a human world, shaped by our presence and infused with our spirit.
Mars, Humanities Réflexion.
Mars is a mirror, reflecting back our strengths and weaknesses, our hopes and fears. It challenges us to confront who we are and who we wish to become. The journey to Mars is not just about exploring a new world. It is about transforming ourselves, about rising to the challenges of the cosmos with courage, ingenuity, and grace. The red planet invites us to dream bigger, to think beyond the immediate and the familiar. It calls us to embrace the unknown with open hearts and minds, to see the universe not as a series of obstacles, but as a boundless realm of possibilities. Mars, in its stillness and silence, is a reminder that the greatest journeys are the ones that change us. As humanity takes its first steps on Mars, it carries with it not just the tools of survival but the seeds of transformation. Mars is not just a destination. It is a beginning, a place where the story of life expands into new chapters, and where the future of humanity is written in the dust of a distant world. Mars, the eternal beacon. Mars stands as an eternal beacon, a world that calls to us across the vastness of space. Its scarlet glow in the night sky has inspired awe and curiosity for millennia, drawing the attention of ancient stargazers, modern scientists, and dreamers alike. In its quiet persistence, Mars embodies the spirit of exploration, a reminder that there is always more to discover, more to learn, and more to strive for. To reach Mars is to embrace the essence of humanity's journey. It is to venture into the unknown with courage and purpose, to seek answers to questions that have lingered since the dawn of time. What does it mean to find life beyond Earth? What does it mean to create life on a barren world? Mars invites us to wrestle with these profound questions, offering not just its surface but its very being as a canvas for our inquiry. The interplay of fragility and strength. Mars is a paradox, a world that is both fragile and enduring. Its atmosphere, thin and tenuous, clings to the planet like a ghost of its former self. Its surface, scarred by impacts and erosion, tells a story of resilience in the face of cosmic forces. Yet, for all its barrenness, Mars has survived. It is a planet that has endured the cooling of its core, the loss of its magnetic field, and the relentless bombardment of radiation. This interplay of fragility and strength is a reflection of humanity's own journey. Like Mars, we are shaped by the forces that act upon us, but we endure. We adapt, we innovate, and we persist. To step onto Mars is to embrace this duality, to recognize that survival is as much about resilience as it is about adaptation. Mars teaches us that strength is not the absence of challenge, but the ability to thrive in its presence. Its landscapes, though desolate, are a testament to the enduring power of nature, a power that echoes in our own capacity to overcome. The red horizon, a new dawn. The horizon of Mars stretches endlessly, its reddish hues blending with the pale sky in a display of quiet beauty. This horizon is more than a physical boundary. It is a symbol of possibility, a reminder that the future is vast and uncharted. Each sunrise on Mars, with its soft glow and elongated shadows, heralds a new day not just for the planet but for humanity. On Mars, the horizon takes on a new significance. It becomes a marker of progress, a place where science and imagination converge. The first settlers will gaze at this horizon and see not just the challenges of survival but the promise of creation. They will dream of cities that rise from the dust, of ecosystems that flourish in its valleys, and of generations that call this distant world home. The Martian horizon is a call to action, a reminder that the greatest frontiers are not just physical but also mental and spiritual. It invites us to look beyond the immediate, to envision a future where humanity transcends its limitations and embraces its boundless potential. Mars and the Symphony of Exploration. Exploring Mars is like composing a symphony, a delicate balance of precision and creativity, science and art. Each mission is a note in this grand composition, a step toward understanding the planet and our place in the cosmos. From the first robotic explorers to the first human footprints, each moment adds to the melody, creating a narrative that is both complex and harmonious. Mars challenges us to think not just as individuals but as a species. It asks us to collaborate across borders, to share knowledge and resources, and to approach exploration with humility and respect. In this way, Mars is not just a destination but a unifying force, a symbol of what humanity can achieve when it works together. The Symphony of Mars is still being written. Its final movements are unknown, its themes evolving with each discovery. Yet, in its unfinished state, it holds infinite promise, a reminder that the journey itself is as important as the destination. The timeless allure of the red planet. Mars will forever be a place of wonder, its mysteries inspiring new generations to look to the stars. Its story, intertwined with ours, will continue to unfold, shaped by the dreams and actions of those who dare to explore. As we step onto its surface and leave our footprints in its dust, we are not just writing a new chapter in the story of humanity. We are becoming part of the story of the universe. Mars is a reminder that exploration is not just about reaching new places. It is about expanding our understanding of what is possible. It is about embracing the unknown with curiosity and courage, about turning challenges into opportunities and dreams into realities. The red planet waits, silent and eternal, its horizon stretching endlessly toward the future. Its story is ours to tell, its possibilities ours to explore. And as we look to Mars, we are reminded that the greatest journeys begin not with answers, but with questions, and that the universe is vast enough to hold them all. Mars, the keeper of secrets. Mars is a keeper of secrets, its surface an ancient text written in the language of time and geology. Each crater, valley, and plateau holds a fragment of a story billions of years old. A story of fire and water, of creation and erosion, of a planet that was once dynamic but has since grown still. Beneath its red dust lies the promise of revelation. The regolith, rich in iron and other minerals, preserves the echoes of the planet's fiery past. Subsurface ice, locked away in permafrost, tells of colder epochs when water retreated beneath the ground. And within the layers of sediment and rock, there may yet lie evidence of a time when life could have existed, a time when Mars was more like Earth. To uncover these secrets is to step into a dialogue with the cosmos, to ask questions that transcend the boundaries of science and touch on the profound. What makes a world habitable? What forces shape a planet's destiny? And if life once arose on Mars, what does that mean for the universe at large? The first glimpse of Earth. For the first explorers on Mars, the sight of Earth will be unlike anything experienced before. From the surface of the red planet, Earth will appear as a small, pale blue, a reminder of home, distant yet ever present. This view will be both comforting and humbling, a connection to everything they've left behind, and a symbol of humanity's place in the vast expanse of space. In that moment, Earth will seem fragile, a jewel suspended in darkness. The sight will inspire reflection, a deep appreciation for the interconnectedness of life and the delicate balance that sustains it. From Mars, the boundaries that divide nations and cultures will fade, replaced by the realization that we are all part of the same world, a single species with a shared destiny. This perspective, known as the Martian overview effect, will change the way we think about Earth. It will inspire a sense of responsibility, a commitment to preserving the beauty and vitality of our home planet, even as we reach for the stars. Mars, a laboratory for the future. Mars is not just a world to be explored. It is a laboratory for the future. It challenges us to develop technologies and systems that will redefine how we live, both on and beyond Earth. The solutions we create for Mars, self-sustaining habitats, renewable energy sources, advanced recycling techniques, will have far-reaching impacts, shaping the way we approach life on our own planet. On Mars, innovation is not optional. It is essential. The harsh environment demands efficiency and ingenuity, pushing humanity to its creative limits. This spirit of innovation will extend to every aspect of life on Mars, from agriculture to architecture to governance. Each solution will be a step toward creating a sustainable and resilient way of life, a model that can be applied not only to other planets but to Earth itself. Mars invites us to rethink our relationship with the environment, to move away from extraction and toward coexistence. It offers a chance to build a new world from the ground up, guided by the lessons of the past and the possibilities of the future. The silent witness. Mars is a silent witness to the universe, its stillness a stark contrast to the dynamic forces that shaped it. Its valleys echo with the memory of flowing water, its craters bear the marks of ancient impacts, and its poles glisten with ice that expands and contracts with the seasons. Each feature is a testament to the planet's enduring presence, a reminder that even in stillness, there is change. To explore Mars is to engage with this silence, to listen to the stories it tells through its landscapes and compositions. It is a chance to connect with a world that has existed for billions of years, largely untouched by life. Mars, in its quiet way, invites us to reflect on the passage of time, the nature of existence, and the impermanence of all things. The boundless potential of Mars. Mars is more than a destination. It is a symbol of what humanity can achieve when it dreams boldly and acts decisively. It represents the culmination of centuries of exploration, from the first telescopic observations to the sophisticated missions of today. It is a reminder that the universe is vast and full of possibilities, and that our capacity to imagine and create knows no bounds. As we look to Mars, we are not just reaching for another planet. We are reaching for a better version of ourselves. The journey to the red planet challenges us to work together, to innovate, and to envision a future that is not constrained by the limitations of the present. Mars waits, patient and eternal, its horizons stretching endlessly toward the unknown. Its story is intertwined with ours, a tale of exploration, resilience, and hope. And as we take our first steps onto its surface, we are reminded that the greatest journeys are not just about where we go. They are about who we become along the way. Mars, the edge of discovery. Mars sits on the edge of discovery, a world poised between the known and the unknown. It is a planet that has been studied for centuries, yet its mysteries remain profound. From its dusty plains to its icy poles, every feature of Mars holds a question. A challenge to our understanding of planetary science, habitability, and the very nature of life. The exploration of Mars is a journey into the past, a chance to glimpse what the planet was like billions of years ago, when it may have supported rivers, lakes, and a thicker atmosphere. It is also a journey into the future, a vision of what Mars could become as humanity begins to leave its mark. This interplay of past and future makes Mars unique, a bridge between what has been and what could be. The first footprints. The first human footprints on Mars will symbolize more than the arrival of a species. They will mark a turning point in human history. The dust that clings to a boot, the imprint left in the regolith, will be a testament to the courage and ingenuity that brought us to this alien world. For the explorers who make those first steps, it will be a moment of awe, a realization that they stand on a planet where no life has ever walked before. Each step will be deliberate, every movement a balance of survival and discovery. These pioneers will not just walk on Mars, they will carry the weight of humanity's hopes and dreams. They will be scientists, engineers, artists, and storytellers, weaving their experiences into the tapestry of human history. Mars will change them. Its silence will challenge their minds, its beauty will stir their souls, and its demands will test their resilience. In return, they will change Mars, transforming it from a barren landscape into a place of meaning and purpose. The architecture of survival. Surviving on Mars requires a new kind of architecture, one that blends technology, creativity, and adaptation. The habitats of Mars will be more than shelters. They will be ecosystems, carefully engineered to provide air, water, food, and energy in a closed-loop system. Every resource will be conserved, every element of the design optimized for efficiency and resilience. These habitats will evolve over time. The first will be simple modules, constructed to shield settlers from radiation and the harsh Martian climate. As technology advances and resources are extracted from the planet itself, more permanent structures will rise, domes, underground cities, and even open-air environments if the atmosphere is one day transformed. Each building will reflect not only the needs of survival but the spirit of the settlers. Art and design will play a role in creating spaces that inspire as well as protect, turning the Martian outpost into a place where people can thrive, not just endure. Mars and the future of humanity. Mars is not just a destination. It is a proving ground for the future of humanity. The challenges it presents demand new ways of thinking, new technologies, and new approaches to living. The solutions we develop on Mars, renewable energy systems, sustainable agriculture, and advanced recycling techniques, will shape how we live on Earth and beyond. Mars also offers a chance to rethink the way we build societies. With no existing infrastructure or institutions, settlers have the opportunity to create communities that are equitable, collaborative, and forward-thinking. Mars becomes a blank slate, a place where humanity can learn from its past and build a future that reflects its highest ideals. The experience of living on Mars will change our perspective on Earth. From the surface of the red planet, Earth will appear as a small, fragile sphere in the vastness of space, a reminder of the interconnectedness of life and the importance of preserving our home planet. Mars, in this way, will not just expand our horizons. It will deepen our connection to the world we already know. The timeless call of Mars. Mars calls to us because it is both familiar and alien. Its red deserts and dusty skies evoke the landscapes of Earth. Yet its stillness and silence remind us that it is a world apart. This duality captures the imagination, inspiring us to explore, to create, and to dream. As we step onto Mars, we are not just exploring another planet, we are exploring ourselves. We are testing our limits, expanding our understanding, and shaping our identity as a species. Mars is a reflection of our curiosity, our resilience, and our capacity for wonder. The red planet waits, silent and unchanging, yet full of promise. Its story is ours to tell, its horizons ours to explore. And as we take our first steps onto its surface, we are reminded that the greatest journeys are the ones that transform us, not just in where we go, but in who we become. Mars, a world of possibility. Mars is a world brimming with possibility, a blank canvas upon which humanity can paint its future. Its vast plains, towering mountains, and ancient valleys are more than features of a distant planet. They are symbols of opportunity, spaces waiting to be transformed by human ingenuity and determination. Mars invites us to imagine a reality that extends beyond the confines of Earth, where life can thrive under new skies. The exploration of Mars is a celebration of possibility itself. It challenges us to push the boundaries of what we know and what we are capable of achieving. Each step forward, from the design of new habitats to the cultivation of the first Martian crops, is a testament to our ability to adapt, innovate, and dream. The first communities on Mars. The first communities on Mars will be small but vibrant, hubs of collaboration and creativity. These pioneers will be more than settlers. They will be builders of a new way of life. Their days will be filled with tasks that blend survival with exploration, constructing habitats, conducting scientific research, and growing the food that sustains them. These communities will also create culture. Music, art, and storytelling will flourish in the confines of the habitat, providing settlers with a sense of connection and purpose. Celebrations will mark milestones: the first successful harvest, the completion of a new structure, the anniversaries of their arrival. Over time, these traditions will evolve into a uniquely Martian culture, one that blends the essence of Earth with the spirit of the red planet. The first communities on Mars will embody humanity's best qualities: resilience, cooperation, and creativity. They will serve as a beacon for those who follow, showing that life can not only survive but thrive in the most unlikely places. The mystery of Martian water. Water is the key to life, and on Mars, it is both a promise and a mystery. The planet's polar ice caps glisten with frozen water, and vast reservoirs of subsurface ice have been detected beneath its surface. Ancient riverbeds and deltas hint at a time when liquid water flowed freely, shaping the terrain and perhaps creating environments where life could have emerged. The search for water on Mars is more than a scientific endeavor. It is a search for connection. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding Mars' past and its potential for supporting life in the future. If we find evidence of microbial life in Mars' briny underground lakes or fossilized in its rocks, it will reshape our understanding of biology and the prevalence of life in the universe. Water on Mars is also a resource, a lifeline for future settlers. It can be extracted, purified, and used for drinking, farming, and even fuel production. The ability to harness Martian water will be a turning point in the journey towards self-sufficiency, a step that transforms Mars from a place we visit to a place we inhabit. The call to explore. Mars calls to us because it is a frontier, a place where the familiar meets the unknown. It challenges us to embrace uncertainty, to venture into the vastness with courage and curiosity. The journey to Mars is not just about reaching a new world. It is about expanding our horizons, testing our limits, and redefining what is possible. Each step on Mars is a step into the future. It is a chance to build a new relationship with the cosmos, one that is rooted in respect, exploration, and the pursuit of knowledge. The red planet reminds us that the universe is vast and that our capacity for discovery is limitless. Mars, a shared vision. Mars belongs to no one, yet it is a shared vision for all of humanity. It is a place where nations can come together, united by the common goal of exploration. The effort to reach Mars requires collaboration across borders, disciplines, and generations, a testament to what humanity can achieve when it works as one. The journey to Mars is a reminder that the challenges we face are not insurmountable. Whether on Earth or on the red planet, the solutions lie in our ability to innovate, cooperate, and dream. Mars is a symbol of hope, a beacon that shines with the promise of what we can achieve when we dare to imagine a better future. The endless journey. Mars is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of something far greater. It is a stepping stone to the outer planets, to the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, and perhaps even to the stars. Each lesson learned on Mars prepares us for the next frontier, each discovery paving the way for new possibilities. As we look to Mars, we are reminded that exploration is not just about reaching new places. It is about understanding ourselves and our place in the universe. The red planet waits, silent and eternal, its horizons stretching into infinity. Its story is ours to write, its mysteries ours to uncover. Mars is not just a world. It is a promise that humanity's journey has only just begun.
Mars, humanitiesque révolution.
Mars represents more than the frontier of space. It is the frontier of possibility, where humanity's capacity to adapt and innovate will face its ultimate test. In the stillness of its vast plains and under the soft glow of its pale sun, Mars offers us the chance to redefine what it means to be human. It is here, on this alien world, that we can forge a new relationship with the cosmos, one rooted in humility, creativity, and resilience. The quiet revolution Mars offers is not one of conquest but of transformation. It challenges us to build, to create, and to sustain in a place where the familiar rules no longer apply. In its starkness, Mars becomes a mirror, reflecting back the best and worst of humanity, asking us to choose which path we will take as we step into this new world. The pulse of life on Mars. For the first settlers, life on Mars will be an intricate dance of survival and exploration. Days will be structured around cycles of work and rest, a carefully calibrated balance between maintaining habitats, growing food, and venturing into the unknown. Each activity will carry significance, each task a reminder of the delicate equilibrium required to sustain life on this planet. The pulse of life will beat not only in the routines of survival but also in the sparks of human connection. The settlers will share meals, stories, and music, finding comfort and meaning in the bonds they create. Celebrations of earthly traditions will take on new significance, grounding them in a place that feels both familiar and alien. Over time, the rhythms of life on Mars will evolve, shaped by the unique environment. A new culture will emerge, one that honors the spirit of exploration while embracing the creativity and adaptability required to thrive. This Martian culture will not replace the cultures of Earth, but will complement them, adding new layers to the ever-expanding story of humanity. The science of the red planet. Mars is a treasure trove of scientific discovery, a natural laboratory that offers insights into planetary evolution, climate dynamics, and the conditions necessary for life. Every rock, every grain of sand, holds a piece of the puzzle, each one a clue to the planet's ancient history. The search for past or present life is at the heart of Mars exploration. Robotic rovers meticulously analyze soil samples, searching for organic molecules and chemical signatures that might indicate biological activity. Orbiters scan the surface for traces of water and map the planet's geology, revealing patterns that hint at processes long gone. These investigations are not just about Mars. They are about understanding our place in the universe. If life once existed on the red planet, it would suggest that life is not unique to Earth, that the universe is teeming with possibilities. If Mars is lifeless, it underscores the fragility and rarity of life, deepening our appreciation for the miracle of our existence. Mars as a teacher. Mars teaches us to think in new ways. Its challenges, radiation, freezing temperatures, and a lack of resources force us to innovate, to find solutions that are sustainable and efficient. These lessons extend far beyond the red planet, offering insights that can transform life on Earth. The drive to explore Mars has already spurred advances in technology, from energy systems to materials science to robotics. These innovations ripple outward, improving the way we live and work in ways that were once unimaginable. Mars, in this way, becomes a catalyst for progress, a reminder that the pursuit of the impossible often leads to the extraordinary. Mars also teaches us patience. Its mysteries unfold slowly, each discovery building on the last. It reminds us that exploration is not a race but a journey, one that requires persistence, collaboration, and an openness to the unexpected. The promise of Mars. Mars is more than a goal. It is a promise that humanity can rise to meet the challenges of the cosmos, that we can create a future defined not by our limitations but by our potential. The red planet offers us a vision of what is possible, a chance to imagine a world where innovation and exploration drive us forward. As we take our first steps on Mars, we carry with us the hopes and dreams of generations. We carry the stories of those who dared to look beyond the horizon and imagine what lay beyond. And in doing so, we begin to write a new story, not just for Mars, but for humanity itself. The journey to Mars is not just a journey outward. It is a journey inward, a chance to reflect on who we are and who we wish to become. The red planet, in its silence, calls us forward, urging us to dream, to discover, and to create. Its story is intertwined with ours, a testament to the boundless possibilities of life and the universe. Mars, the eternal frontier. Mars is an eternal frontier, a place where the boundaries of human endeavor meet the limitless expanse of the cosmos. It is not just a destination. It is a symbol of our desire to go beyond what is known, to push the limits of what is possible, and to imagine a future that transcends the confines of our current existence. The red planet offers more than its rocky surface and thin atmosphere. It offers a vision of transformation. It challenges us to think about how life can flourish in the harshest environments, how communities can be built from nothing, and how humanity can forge a future among the stars. Mars, in its stark beauty, is a reminder that the universe is vast and full of potential, waiting for us to explore. The fragile web of survival. Survival on Mars is a delicate balance, a web of interconnected systems that must work in harmony. Every breath of air, every sip of water, every calorie consumed is the product of careful planning and advanced technology. The settlers who call Mars home will live with an acute awareness of their dependence on these systems and the environment they inhabit. Hydroponic gardens will provide food, their green leaves a striking contrast to the red landscape outside. Water will be extracted from ice and recycled endlessly, a precious resource that sustains both life and industry. Solar panels and other renewable energy sources will power the habitats, their efficiency crucial to maintaining the fragile equilibrium of life on Mars. This constant interplay between scarcity and abundance will shape the mindset of Martian settlers. It will teach them to value every resource, to minimize waste, and to innovate continuously. On Mars, sustainability is not a choice. It is a way of life, one that could serve as a model for how humanity lives on Earth and beyond. The Martian night. The nights on Mars are unlike any other. As the sun sets, the sky fades to a muted pink, then deepens into a rich black. Stars blaze brightly, unfiltered by the haze of a thick atmosphere, their light a reminder of the universe's immensity. Phobos and Deimos, Mars' two moons, trace their paths across the sky, their irregular shapes and swift movements adding to the planet's otherworldly charm. Inside the habitats, the Martian night is a time for rest and reflection. Settlers gather to share stories, play music, and plan for the days ahead. The quiet hours offer a reprieve from the demands of survival, a chance to connect with one another and with the planet that surrounds them. For those who venture outside, the Martian night is both eerie and awe-inspiring. The cold bites through even the thickest suits, and the silence is absolute, broken only by the sound of the wind. Yet, in this stillness, there is a profound sense of connection, a feeling of being part of something far greater than oneself. Mars, a canvas for creation. Mars is a canvas, waiting for humanity to leave its mark. The first settlers will build more than shelters. They will build communities, cultures, and ways of life that reflect the unique challenges and opportunities of the Red Planet. Their creativity will shape every aspect of Martian society, from architecture to art to governance. The barren landscape of Mars will inspire new forms of expression. Its colors, textures, and vastness will find their way into paintings, sculptures, and songs. Its silence will inspire poetry, its horizons a metaphor for the boundless possibilities of the future. Over time, these creations will become part of the identity of Mars, a testament to humanity's ability to find beauty and meaning even in the most desolate places. The legacy of Mars. The legacy of Mars will not be measured in miles traveled or structures built, but in the way it transforms humanity. It will change how we think about ourselves, our planet, and our place in the universe. It will teach us to value sustainability, to embrace collaboration, and to see the beauty in challenges. Mars will also expand our horizons, preparing us for even greater journeys. The lessons learned on the Red Planet about survival, innovation, and resilience will serve as a foundation for exploring the outer planets, their moons, and beyond. Mars is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one that stretches into infinity. The call of the cosmos. Mars calls to us because it represents what is possible. It reminds us that we are not bound by the limits of our current knowledge or the constraints of our planet. It invites us to dream, to explore, and to create a future that is as boundless as the universe itself. As humanity steps onto the Red Planet, it carries with it the hopes of generations and the promise of a new era. Mars, in its silence and its mystery, becomes a part of our story. A story of exploration, resilience, and the unending quest for knowledge. The Red Planet waits, its horizons stretching endlessly toward the stars. Its story is ours to write, its possibilities ours to explore. And as we journey to Mars, we are reminded that the greatest adventures begin not with certainty but with questions, and that the universe is vast enough to hold them all. Mars, a stage for humanity's next act. Mars is a stage, set against the backdrop of a vast and silent cosmos, ready for humanity's next act. It offers the promise of renewal and transformation, a place where the limits of Earth are replaced by the boundless opportunities of the unknown. On this stage, humanity will play out one of its most ambitious stories, a story of exploration, adaptation, and creation. This act will begin with tentative steps, each one guided by the lessons of the past and the hopes for the future. The first missions to Mars will carry more than supplies and technology. They will carry the aspirations of a species that refuses to remain tethered to a single world. The footprints left in the Martian dust will mark the beginning of a new chapter, one where humanity embraces its role as a multiplanetary species. The silent witness of time. Mars has borne witness to time in a way few places in the universe have. Its surface is a record of billions of years of change, preserved in the rust-colored dust that blankets its terrain. It is a planet shaped by the interplay of fire and ice, where ancient rivers once carved paths through rock, and where winds still whisper across the plains. To explore Mars is to step into a history that predates humanity by eons. It is to trace the fingerprints of water on stone, to uncover the remnants of a time when the planet was alive with activity. It is also to confront the silence that has followed, a reminder of the fragility of planets and the delicate conditions required for life to thrive. Mars teaches us to respect time, not just the vast stretches of geological eras, but the fleeting moments of human effort that build upon one another. Each discovery on Mars is a step forward, a piece of a puzzle that spans not only the planet but the universe itself. The first dawn. The first dawn on Mars will be a moment of profound significance. As the sun rises over the red plains, casting long shadows and illuminating the rugged landscape, the first settlers will witness a sight that no human eyes have ever seen before. The pale, golden light will touch the structures they have built, the footprints they have left, and the horizons they have yet to explore. This moment will be both humbling and inspiring. It will mark the beginning of a new day not just on Mars but for humanity as a whole. The dawn will symbolize hope, resilience, and the endless potential of human creativity. It will be a reminder that even in the harshest environments, life can find a way. The spirit of exploration. Mars embodies the spirit of exploration. It challenges us to venture into the unknown, to face adversity with courage and determination. The journey to Mars is not just about reaching a distant planet. It is about expanding our understanding of what is possible and redefining the boundaries of human potential. This spirit is reflected in every mission, every discovery, and every dream of the future. It is the drive that propels rovers across the Martian surface, that designs habitats to withstand radiation and freezing temperatures, and that imagines cities rising from the dust. The spirit of exploration is not just about science or survival. It is about curiosity, creativity, and the belief that the unknown is worth pursuing. Mars, in its stillness, invites us to listen to this spirit, to embrace the challenges it presents, and to find meaning in the journey. It reminds us that exploration is not just about what we find, but about how it changes us, how it deepens our connection to the universe and to one another. The legacy of Mars. Mars will leave a legacy that extends far beyond its red deserts and rocky plains. It will shape the way we think about our place in the cosmos, inspiring generations to dream, to create, and to explore. Its story will become part of humanity's story, a testament to our resilience and our capacity for wonder. The lessons of Mars will ripple outward, influencing how we live on Earth and how we approach the challenges of the future. Its demands for sustainability, innovation, and collaboration will teach us to live more harmoniously with our own planet. Its mysteries will remind us that the universe is vast and that our journey is only beginning. Mars is not just a frontier. It is a foundation. It is the place where humanity will take its next great leap, not just outward into space, but inward into the depths of its own potential. The red planet waits, its horizon stretching endlessly, its story intertwined with ours. Mars, the canvas of tomorrow. Mars lies before us, a blank canvas awaiting the brushstrokes of humanity's ingenuity and dreams. Its untouched plains and towering mountains whisper of possibilities yet to be imagined, inviting us to bring life to its silent deserts and shape its future with care and vision. The journey to Mars is more than a technological achievement. It is an act of creation. With every step, every habitat built, and every crop grown, humanity will transform Mars from a barren landscape into a place of meaning. It will become not just a scientific frontier but a home, a symbol of humanity's ability to adapt and thrive even in the most challenging environments. The Martian landscape, a study in contrast. Mars is a planet of contrasts. Its surface is a mosaic of rugged mountains, vast plains, and deep canyons, each feature a testament to the forces that have shaped the planet over billions of years. Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano in the solar system, stands as a silent sentinel, its summit rising above the thin Martian atmosphere. In contrast, Valles Marineris cuts deep into the planet's crust, a canyon so vast it could stretch across the United States. This juxtaposition of height and depth, of scale and detail, captures the essence of Mars. It is a world that defies simple description, a place where each feature tells a story of fire, water, and time. To explore Mars is to walk among these contrasts, to marvel at the power of nature and to seek understanding in its patterns. The settlers of Mars will find inspiration in this landscape. Its stark beauty will inform their art, their architecture, and their culture. It will remind them of the planet's ancient past while urging them to envision its future. Mars as a teacher. Mars is a teacher, its lessons embedded in its rocks, its air, and its history. It teaches us about the processes that shape planets, about the conditions that sustain life, and about the fragility of ecosystems. Each discovery on Mars deepens our understanding of Earth and our place in the cosmos. But Mars also teaches us about ourselves. It challenges us to think beyond the immediate, to solve problems with creativity and collaboration, and to act with purpose and foresight. The effort to explore and inhabit Mars is a test of humanity's resilience and ingenuity, a chance to grow not just technologically but ethically and philosophically. Mars reminds us that exploration is not just about reaching new places. It is about expanding our perspective, about seeing the universe and ourselves in new ways. It is a call to humility, a reminder that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. The first Martian society. The first human society on Mars will be an experiment in adaptation and innovation. Its settlers will face challenges unlike any encountered on Earth, from the need to generate their own air and water to the psychological demands of living in isolation. Yet, in these challenges lies the opportunity to build a community that reflects the best of humanity. This society will be shaped by its environment. It will value sustainability, cooperation, and resourcefulness, as these qualities will be essential for survival. It will also value creativity and connection, as these will sustain the human spirit. Over time, traditions will emerge, rituals to celebrate the first harvest, to honor the arrival of new settlers, and to mark the passage of time under a pale pink sky. The culture of Mars will be a blend of earthly roots and Martian realities. It will reflect the diversity of its settlers, incorporating elements from different backgrounds and experiences. And it will evolve as the community grows, becoming a testament to humanity's ability to adapt and thrive in even the most alien of environments. The timeless appeal of Mars. Mars captivates because it is both familiar and mysterious. Its landscapes echo those of Earth, yet its silence and stillness remind us that it is a world apart. This duality makes Mars a place of wonder, a destination that sparks the imagination and stirs the soul. As humanity reaches for Mars, we are reminded that exploration is not just about finding answers. It is about asking questions. It is about seeking understanding, about connecting with the universe in a way that is both profound and personal. Mars, in its quiet persistence, invites us to listen, to learn, and to dream. The future awaits. Mars is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning. It is a stepping stone to the stars, a place where humanity can prepare for the challenges of deeper space exploration. The lessons we learn on Mars will shape our approach to the outer planets, their moons, and the vast expanse beyond. The red planet is more than a goal. It is a promise. It promises that humanity's story is not confined to Earth, that our capacity for creativity and discovery knows no bounds. It promises that the universe is vast enough to hold our dreams, our questions, and our infinite potential. As we take our first steps onto Mars, we are reminded that the greatest journeys begin not with certainty but with curiosity. The red planet waits, its horizons stretching into eternity. Its story is ours to write, its mysteries ours to explore. And as we journey forward, we carry with us the hope and wonder of a species that dares to dream.
Mars, humanity's silent companion.
Mars, a steadfast presence in the night sky, has watched humanity grow from its earliest days. Its soft, red glow has been a symbol of mystery, war, and hope, shifting its meaning with the tides of human history. Now, as we prepare to touch its surface, Mars transforms once more, becoming not just a symbol but a destination, a tangible connection to the cosmos that surrounds us. The red planet has been a silent companion, orbiting the sun alongside Earth for billions of years. Its surface tells the story of time, its craters and valleys etched by the forces of the universe. And yet, it remains untamed, untouched by life, waiting for its next chapter to begin. Mars reminds us that the universe is vast and patient. It does not demand exploration, but it welcomes it. Its silence is not indifference but an invitation, a chance for humanity to step forward and leave its mark on a world that has never known the touch of life. The poetics of the red planet. There is a poetry to Mars, one written not in words but in its landscapes. Its towering mountains and sprawling plains, its dusty skies and icy poles, evoke a sense of awe that is both timeless and profound. To stand on its surface is to feel the weight of the universe, the pull of a cosmos that stretches endlessly beyond our understanding. Mars inspires because it is a place of contradictions. It is desolate yet beautiful, hostile yet full of promise. Its silence invites reflection. Its challenges demand action. For the settlers who journey there, Mars will not just be a place to live. It will be a place to create, to dream, and to discover. The art of Mars will reflect its duality. Paintings will capture the muted hues of its horizons. Songs will echo the rhythm of its winds, and stories will weave together the experiences of those who call it home. Over time, Mars will not just be a planet. It will be a muse, a source of inspiration for generations to come. The science of survival. Survival on Mars will be a triumph of science and ingenuity. Every aspect of life, from the air settlers breathe to the food they eat, will depend on carefully designed systems that balance efficiency with resilience. These systems will be a testament to humanity's ability to adapt, turning a barren world into a place where life can thrive. Water, extracted from ice and recycled endlessly, will be the lifeblood of the colony. Food will be grown in hydroponic farms, where plants thrive under artificial lights. Energy will be harnessed from the sun and other renewable sources, ensuring that the community can sustain itself even in the face of Mars' harsh conditions. But survival will not be solely about technology, it will also be about people. The settlers of Mars will need to rely on one another, building a culture of trust, cooperation, and resilience. Their success will depend as much on their ability to work together as on the systems they create. Mars, a catalyst for unity. The journey to Mars has the potential to unite humanity in ways few endeavors can. It is a goal that transcends borders and ideologies, a challenge that demands collaboration across nations and disciplines. To reach Mars, we must work together, pooling our knowledge, resources, and creativity. Mars reminds us that the challenges we face on Earth are not insurmountable. The same spirit of innovation and cooperation that propels us toward the Red Planet can also be used to address the issues that threaten our home world. Mars is a symbol not just of exploration but of hope, a reminder that humanity is capable of great things when it comes together. The settlers of Mars will carry this spirit with them. Their success will be a testament to what is possible when people from different backgrounds and perspectives unite in pursuit of a common goal. On Mars, humanity will find not just a new world but a renewed sense of purpose and connection. The endless horizon. Mars offers an endless horizon, a reminder that the universe is vast and full of possibilities. Each day on Mars brings new discoveries, new challenges, and new opportunities to grow. Its surface, untouched for billions of years, is a blank page waiting to be filled with the stories of those who dare to explore. For humanity, Mars is not just a destination, it is a beginning. It is a place where we can learn to live in harmony with the cosmos, where we can test the limits of our creativity and resilience. It is a stepping stone to the stars, a gateway to a future that is as boundless as the universe itself. Mars waits, patient and eternal, its red deserts stretching toward the unknown. Its story is intertwined with ours, a tale of discovery, transformation, and hope. And as we take our first steps on its surface, we are reminded that the greatest journeys are not just about where we go. They are about who we become along the way. Mars, humanity's bridge to the stars. Mars stands as a bridge, a connection between the world we know and the infinite unknown of the cosmos. It is close enough to tantalize us, its mysteries within reach, yet distant enough to challenge our ingenuity and resolve. It is a place where dreams of exploration meet the hard realities of survival, where the vastness of space becomes personal and immediate. For humanity, Mars is not just another planet. It is a proving ground. It tests our ability to adapt to environments far removed from the comforts of Earth. It asks us to think beyond the present, to imagine futures that stretch across generations. Mars is not simply a goal. It is a rehearsal for the boundless possibilities of the universe. The rhythm of Martian life. Life on Mars will move to a rhythm dictated by the planet's unique characteristics. Its days, slightly longer than those on Earth, will establish a familiar yet subtly altered cadence. Settlers will rise with the pale light of the Martian dawn, their days filled with tasks that blend survival and discovery. The cycles of work and rest, of exploration and reflection, will weave together into a life that feels both alien and deeply human. Inside the habitats, the rhythm of life will be shaped by necessity. Air must be scrubbed and recycled, water purified and reused, crops cultivated in controlled environments. Each system will function as part of an interconnected web, its efficiency crucial to the colony's success. Outside, the Martian winds will carry their own rhythm, sculpting dunes and whispering across the plains, a constant reminder of the planet's presence. These rhythms of human life and Martian nature will gradually align. Over time, settlers will find their own balance, their own way of living in harmony with this new world. Mars will become not just a place to survive, but a place to grow. Mars, a laboratory for change. Mars is a natural laboratory, a place where humanity can test ideas and technologies that have the potential to transform life on Earth. The challenges of living on Mars, limited resources, harsh conditions, and the need for sustainability demand innovative solutions that could address some of the most pressing issues of our time. Energy systems designed for Mars, such as advanced solar panels and compact nuclear reactors, could provide clean, reliable power on Earth. Water recycling techniques perfected on Mars could improve access to clean water in even the most arid regions. And the closed-loop systems required for survival on Mars could inspire more sustainable living practices on our home planet. Mars also provides a unique perspective on the fragility of planetary systems. By studying its history, how it lost its atmosphere and surface water, scientists can gain insights into the processes that shape worlds, including our own. Mars teaches us not only how to survive but how to thrive, offering lessons that extend far beyond its red surface. The psychology of exploration. The journey to Mars is not just a physical challenge. It is a psychological one. The isolation, the distance from Earth, and the reliance on a small community will test the mental resilience of settlers in ways that are unprecedented. Yet, within these challenges lies the opportunity for profound growth. On Mars, settlers will develop new ways of thinking and relating to one another. They will learn to find joy in simplicity, to celebrate small victories, and to support one another through adversity. The bonds formed in such an environment will be strong, forged by shared experiences and a common purpose. The settlers will also find inspiration in their surroundings. The stark beauty of Mars, its vast horizons and quiet stillness, will provide moments of awe and reflection. These experiences will remind them of the greater purpose of their mission, of the role they play in humanity's journey to the stars. Mars, the beginning of a new story. Mars is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a new story. It is a stepping stone to the outer planets, to the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, and perhaps even to the stars beyond. Each step on Mars is a step toward this larger vision, a reminder that the universe is vast and full of possibilities. As humanity establishes a presence on Mars, it lays the foundation for future exploration. The technologies and strategies developed on the red planet will guide us as we venture deeper into space. Mars is not just a destination. It is a launchpad, a place where dreams of interstellar travel take root. The eternal promise of Mars. Mars holds an eternal promise, a reminder that humanity's story is still being written. Its red deserts and pale skies inspire not just exploration but transformation. Mars challenges us to think differently, to act boldly, and to imagine futures that are as vast as the universe itself. The red planet waits, silent and unchanging, yet full of potential. Its horizons stretch endlessly, inviting us to step forward, to discover, and to create. Mars is more than a world. It is a reflection of our aspirations, a symbol of what humanity can achieve when it dares to dream. And as we take our first steps onto its surface, we are reminded that the journey is just beginning. Mars is not the end. It is the first chapter in a story that spans the stars.
Mars, humanities threshold.
Mars represents humanity's threshold, a crossing point between the known and the unknown. It is the line we step over when we decide to extend our reach beyond Earth, to transform our species into one that lives not only on a single world but among many. It is the beginning of a profound transformation, not just for our technology but for our identity. The journey to Mars is a testament to the boundless curiosity and resilience of the human spirit. It asks questions that reach beyond science and engineering. What does it mean to leave Earth behind? How do we redefine our relationship with the cosmos? And what will we become as we step onto a world that has never known life? The planet of memory. Mars is a planet of memory, its surface a record of events that stretch back billions of years. Ancient riverbeds speak of a time when water flowed freely, carving valleys and deltas into the rocky crust. Volcanic plains tell of eruptions that shaped the landscape, leaving behind vast, hardened expanses of basalt. Impact craters mark the violent collisions that punctuated the planet's history, each one a reminder of the chaotic forces that govern the solar system. This memory, preserved in the rocks and dust, is a story waiting to be told. Scientists pore over data from rovers and orbiters, piecing together the planet's history layer by layer. Each discovery adds a chapter to the narrative, revealing Mars as a dynamic world that once shared more in common with Earth than it does today. Mars reminds us that even in its stillness, a planet can hold echoes of the past. Its surface is a time capsule, a gift to those who seek to understand the forces that shape not only Mars but the entire solar system. The first sunrise. The first sunrise on Mars will be a moment of breathtaking beauty and profound significance. As the sun rises over the red horizon, casting its pale, golden light across the dusty plains, it will mark the beginning of a new day, not just for Mars, but for humanity. For the settlers who witness this sunrise, it will be a reminder of their connection to Earth and the larger universe. The sun, smaller and dimmer than it appears from Earth, will feel familiar yet distant, a symbol of the threads that bind all planets in the solar system. This moment will inspire reflection, gratitude, and a renewed sense of purpose. The first sunrise will not just illuminate the Martian landscape. It will illuminate the possibilities of what humanity can achieve. It will be a reminder that even in the most alien places, there is beauty, hope, and the promise of a new beginning. Building a new world. To live on Mars is to build a new world from the ground up. Every habitat, every greenhouse, every piece of infrastructure will be a triumph of design and ingenuity. Settlers will transform the Martian regolith into bricks for construction, harness solar energy to power their systems, and extract water from the ice hidden beneath the surface. But the act of building goes beyond structures. It extends to the creation of community, culture, and identity. The first settlers will forge bonds as they work together, their shared experiences giving rise to traditions and stories that reflect the unique challenges and wonders of life on Mars. Over time, these efforts will grow into a thriving society. What begins as a small outpost will evolve into interconnected settlements, each one a testament to humanity's ability to adapt and flourish. Mars will become more than a place to survive. it will become a home. Mars, a reflection of Earth. Mars is a reflection of Earth, not in its landscapes but in its lessons. Its barren surface and fragile atmosphere remind us of the delicate balance that sustains life on our home planet. Its history, shaped by loss and change, offers a glimpse of what could happen to Earth if we fail to care for it. At the same time, Mars offers hope. It shows us that life can adapt to even the harshest conditions, that challenges can be overcome, and that the future is full of possibilities. Mars is a reminder that humanity's story is not limited to Earth, that we are capable of reaching beyond the confines of our planet to create something extraordinary. The endless frontier. Mars is the endless frontier, a place where each step leads to new horizons. Its red deserts stretch into the distance, inviting us to explore, to question, and to imagine. It is a world that challenges us to think bigger, to dream bolder, and to act with courage and vision. The story of Mars is not just about the planet itself. It is about humanity's place in the universe. It is a story of discovery, resilience, and the unyielding desire to understand. Mars is the beginning of something vast and beautiful, a journey that will take us not only to the stars but to the very essence of what it means to be human. Mars, humanity's new chapter. Mars is not just a distant planet. It is the opening chapter of a new era for humanity. Its red surface, untouched by life, symbolizes the beginning of something extraordinary. It challenges us to imagine, to create, and to redefine what it means to explore. For millennia, Mars has been a distant point of light in the sky, a subject of myths and speculation. Now, it is becoming a tangible goal, a place where human footprints will one day be etched into the dust. These footprints will carry the weight of a species stepping into a larger universe, taking its first steps toward a future that spans beyond the boundaries of Earth. The Red Desert, a land of possibilities. The Martian surface is a canvas of contrasts. Its rust-colored plains stretch endlessly, interrupted by jagged ridges, craters, and canyons that tell the story of its ancient past. The planet's towering volcanoes rise into the thin atmosphere, their summits offering views of a world that seems both alien and eerily familiar. These landscapes, though desolate, are alive with potential. Each feature holds the promise of discovery, from the chemical compositions of its rocks to the hidden reservoirs of water beneath its surface. The settlers of Mars will not see its emptiness. They will see its possibilities. Every ridge climbed, every crater explored, every valley traversed will bring new insights and open new doors. Mars will teach its settlers to see beauty in starkness, to find inspiration in the patterns of wind-blown dunes and the play of light on frozen ice caps. Its silence will not be emptiness but a call to listen more deeply, to connect with the universe in a way that only the red planet can inspire. The promise of a second home. Mars offers humanity something profound, the chance to build a second home. This is not merely about survival, it is about creation, about the opportunity to craft a society that reflects our highest ideals. On Mars, we are free to imagine new ways of living, to design systems that are sustainable and harmonious, and to learn from the mistakes of the past. The first Martian settlements will be small, a cluster of habitats nestled against the harsh landscape. Inside, settlers will work, rest, and dream, their days filled with tasks that balance survival with exploration. They will cultivate crops, recycle water, and generate power, creating a fragile but resilient ecosystem that thrives despite the planet's hostility. Over time, these settlements will grow into communities. They will develop their own rhythms, traditions, and cultures, shaped by the unique challenges and wonders of life on Mars. This second home will not replace Earth, but it will complement it, expanding humanity's reach and deepening our connection to the cosmos. The search for life, Mars' greatest question. At the heart of Mars exploration lies a question that is both scientific and philosophical. Is life unique to Earth, or does it exist elsewhere in the universe? Mars, with its ancient riverbeds and subsurface ice, is one of the most promising places to search for an answer. The discovery of even the simplest life forms, or evidence that life once existed, would change everything. It would suggest that life is not a rare anomaly but a common outcome of the universe's processes. It would open the door to the possibility that we are not alone, that the cosmos is filled with worlds where life thrives in forms we have yet to imagine. Even if Mars is lifeless, it holds lessons that are just as profound. Its history of transformation, from a warmer, wetter planet to the cold, dry world we see today, offers insights into the factors that make a planet habitable. By understanding Mars, we deepen our understanding of Earth and our responsibility to protect it. Mars as humanity's reflection. Mars reflects humanity's spirit, our curiosity, our resilience, and our drive to explore. It mirrors our greatest strengths and challenges us to confront our limitations. In its silence, it asks us what kind of species we wish to become. The effort to reach Mars demands collaboration, innovation, and foresight. It requires us to think beyond ourselves, to consider not just the immediate challenges but the long-term consequences of our actions. Mars invites us to grow, not just as individuals but as a collective, united by the shared goal of exploration. The story of Mars is not just about the planet. It is about us. It is a story of transformation, of stepping into the unknown with courage and vision. It is a story that reminds us that the greatest journeys are the ones that expand not just our horizons but our understanding of who we are. The infinite horizon. Mars is an infinite horizon, a place where each step leads to new possibilities. Its red deserts stretch toward the unknown, inviting us to explore, to question, and to dream. It is a world that challenges us to think beyond the immediate, to imagine futures that are as vast and boundless as the universe itself. The journey to Mars is not just a journey outward, it is a journey inward, a chance to discover what humanity is capable of when it dares to reach for the stars. The red planet waits, silent and unchanging, its story intertwined with ours. As we take our first steps onto its surface, we are reminded that Mars is not the end. It is the beginning. It is the first chapter in a story that spans the cosmos, a story of exploration, resilience, and hope. And as we write this story, we carry with us the dreams of a species that dares to imagine a future without limits. Mars, the dawn of a new era. As we stand on the threshold of a new era, Mars is no longer a distant dream. It is a reality, a symbol of what humanity can achieve when it dares to explore the unknown. Its red deserts, quiet horizons, and ancient landscapes beckon, offering a future not defined by the limits of Earth, but shaped by the infinite possibilities of the universe. The first settlers will step onto its surface, not as conquerors, but as pioneers, guided by the lessons of the past, driven by the hope of what lies ahead. They will carry with them the legacy of every human who has ever gazed at the stars and wondered. Their footprints, though small, will mark the beginning of something vast and beautiful. A future where humanity no longer stands alone, but reaches out to embrace the stars. A journey beyond boundaries. Mars reminds us that the journey is not just about where we go, but who we become along the way. It is a place where the boundaries of Earth fade, and the spirit of exploration expands into something greater. On Mars, we will not just survive, we will thrive, building a new world and finding new ways to live, to create, and to dream. Each new discovery on Mars is a step closer to understanding our place in the cosmos. Each challenge faced, each hurdle overcome, brings us closer to the stars. And as humanity continues its journey outward, Mars will be the first chapter in a story that spans the galaxy, a reminder that we are part of something far greater than ourselves. The legacy of Mars. Mars will leave a legacy that echoes through the ages, a legacy of courage, collaboration, and unyielding hope. It will be remembered not only as a destination, but as the place where humanity took its first steps into the vast expanse of the universe, forever altering the course of our story. And so, the journey continues. With each day, each step, we draw closer to the stars, ever mindful that the greatest discoveries are not just about the worlds we explore, but about the hearts and minds we inspire along the way. Mars, in its quiet stillness, calls us forward, inviting us to embrace a future where the horizon stretches endlessly, full of possibility. The story of Mars is far from over, it has only just begun. The infinite horizon. As the first rays of Martian sunlight cast long shadows across the plains, we are reminded that every horizon is but the beginning of something new. The red planet waits for us to explore, to question, to grow. With each discovery, with each step forward, we come closer not just to Mars, but to the future, to the endless potential that lies beyond the stars. Mars is not the end of the journey. It is the start of a new chapter, one filled with promise, hope, and the enduring power of human imagination. And in that promise, we find our place in the universe, ever reaching for what lies just beyond the horizon. With that, the story of Mars and humanity's journey toward the stars unfolds with quiet confidence and infinite